actually surprised by Australia.
What? Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Well, good morning, everyone.
Hi.
What's up? What the fuck? Something's clanging in the other room.
Unmute the president first. Unmute the president first. Oh, wait, I can do it.
Protecting Europe, protecting the countries of NATO. They weren't there for us.
Hey, so
Small
this
town.
is a
This is
cabinet
small
meeting,
town.
live,
Venezuela's
in
a big
person.
deal, but
Look how sad
It's
Marco
not the
Rubio
big
looks
one.
over there. He
They weren't
looks like
there.
he's aged 10
So
years
what makes you think
in
they'd
1
be there
year.
if we needed them for something? And
Cat
your
pulled
prime
his
minister was
toy
not there,
onto the
you know?
broom and knocked over the
He was
broom.
there after we won. He said, "We'd like to send some ships." I said, "We already won. We don't need them anymore."
Yeah, and then you complained that he didn't send ships, you fucking idiot.
Then why do you need $200 billion, you fucking idiot?
We already won, but we need more money.
You know what that is?
Pathetic. They are effing pathetic.
Where'd you get that one
I
from?
didn't have to. I didn't ask her.
You missed the
She
show
just tell
yesterday.
me, no. I mean,
I also got this.
Stupid, stupido.
we're always going to be there. Or at least we were. I don't know about anymore, to be honest with you. I would have to be honest. We were always there when they needed help. We always would have been there when they needed help. I mean, think of it. We're
Yeah,
there
Mar-a-Lago,
to protect Europe
now
from
represented by a
Russia.
Democrat in the Florida
Here,
State
it
House.
doesn't affect us. We have an ocean, big, fat, beautiful ocean. But we're there to protect NATO, to protect them from Russia.
He thinks that every place that we have a base, our troops are defending their border.
Yeah, right?
He's so fucking stupid. Fucking.
Stupid, stupido.
But they're not there to protect us. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. I'll tell you, a lot of people
It's almost like he's never
were
talked to anybody in the
big
military.
NATO people. I was never big. It was okay. I got them to pay 5%. By the way, they haven't paid it yet. You know
It
that.
doesn't go to you,
You know, I
stupid.
got them to pay 5% from 2% to 5%.
And that's the other thing that keeps fucking pissing me off. Brother, they don't pay into a big NATO pool a
Right.
percentage of their thing. No, each individual country just vows to spend a certain amount of money.
On their own military.
So what? It's like they're not chipping in like I asked them to. Shut up.
They didn't pay it yet. I got them to pay up to 2% because they weren't paying the 2%. Then I got them to pay 5%, which they should be at. And we had a lot of, oh, that was great. Oh, only Trump could do it. But the problem is they haven't paid. Because if you look at the numbers, they haven't
Paid who?
So we were there for them.
Your buddies in the industrial complex are like, hey, I didn't get a bunch of orders from Britain. They're not doing it.
But they were not there for us. Did we need them? No. I never thought we needed them. I was more doing a test. I said, I really would love to have you come
Running
out.
experiments,
Bring
Tim.
your boats.
Yeah, he's doing a
You can sail
test.
through the beautiful Hormuz Straits, and you can protect people that are being shot at.
Yeah, protect them,
Didn't
because
do
that's
it.
how rockets
And
work.
that's small potatoes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you look at the numbers, what fucking numbers? You daft bastard.
With the king? No.
Trump
No,
doesn't know
he's a
what
friend of
the
mine.
military does
He's a
because he
great
dodged
gentleman.
military service due to his fucking bone spurs.
As you know, he honored.
He's got bone
me and
spurs.
our
He
country.
can't serve in the military.
But I can play golf 5 days a
We
week.
had an amazing time. I've known him as Prince Charles. I know him as King Charles. I'm proud of him. He's fighting a tough battle.
Proud
He's
of him.
tough.
His dad died,
I think he's.
and then his mom died.
It has nothing to do with that. It's different. But he's gonna be here very soon, as you know. We're gonna have a steak dinner. It's gonna be great. But I was very
Argentinian
disappointed
steaks.
when the prime minister said, "I won't be able to." It started with the island that the indigenous have claimed away from your country, and for some reason you went for it. And all of a sudden, indigenous people that never saw the place, they never saw it. he was afraid that we would do something to himself. Because
Yeah,
he said,
he's
"Look,
totally
let's
down for
let
giving
Egypt."
Israel the entire Middle East
And when we
as
needed
their
the island
homeland.
to land
Oh,
that beautiful
boy.
B-2 bomber, we were told we can't use it.
Yeah, they're gonna have
We'd have to
McRibs.
fly back to Missouri, which is a 17-hour flight, as opposed to a couple of hours. And I said, "You got to be kidding! Not good." They made a big mistake.
You know what he is, Gino?
Stupido.
I don't know yet. I don't know. Mr. Witkoff and JD and Jared
Hey,
will
Darren.
tell me whether or not they think it's.
Hope everyone is well. Has our tangled twiglet changed his mind and taken up the offer to become supreme leader of Iran yet? The fact that he thought he was going to be on the committee of people that picked the next leader is just so laughable. It's just so laughable.
Going along, and if it's not going along, maybe not. And we have a lot of time. You know what? It's a day. In Trump time, a day, you know what it is?
Howdy,
That's
Seawolf.
an eternity.
You don't like Trump.
Not fans.
Say it, what?
European Parliament just passed a major deportation plan.
I'm saying this guy in the chat doesn't like Trump either.
Member states can
He just likes trolling people. He doesn't like Trump.
Oh, okay. Possibility that he's a bot.
He likes paying higher for gas prices and blowing up innocent people. He likes that.
Years and also offshore return hubs or detention centers. Similar to
Perhaps he
Who
likes
did this?
licking
Who-
boots.
Which country?
European Parliament, and the vote was not close. It was 380.
Hell no. Who the fuck likes Biden?
I'd vote with
I
them.
don't even think Biden liked Biden.
Jill Biden's the only one that likes Biden.
I don't care about the Democrats.
And
The
just
Democrats
barely.
hate our country. The Democrats
It was
are
a
in
toss up
chaos,
between her and Michelle.
and they have no common
Oh,
sense.
We both did it
You
at
know,
the same
they have
time.
one quality that's amazing. They stick to.
Two
Yeah,
British
all
pound
kinds of
super chat from one
Iranian,
angry pagan.
uh,
Is he bitching about Starmer again? Epic lols.
Yeah, thank you for the 2 British pounds. Dude, here you go. We got a freshie. Where is he at? Where's he at? Hey you. Hey, Seawolf. Why are we at war with Iran?
And my time. Thank you.
You don't know how old we are.
You don't know how old I am. What? Oh, man, this is another fucking
Here we go.
liquor store dinosaur situation here. If you're younger generation, I'm curious, who would you vote in?
Sounds like a bot.
Yeah, sounds like a bot. I
And
voted.
because they stick together. in
I voted for
ridiculous policy,
Obama.
like men playing in women's sports, open borders for everybody, including murderers and.
For the 4,000th time, that's not fucking happening. God damn. Dude, I cannot believe anyone can stomach this in that room where this motherfucker just says shit that he's been proved wrong on over and over and over again.
Mikey, this isn't a cabinet meeting per se. This is The Apprentice White House edition. And he likes sitting at
PC
big boardroom tables, yeah, with all the people around him saying, "Yes, sir, you're so smart, sir. You're the best, sir."
You smell so good, sir.
And
Bad news. Your life is politics, whether or not you accept that or not.
yeah, unfortunately, it's people are no longer apolitical, I think.
Yeah, I was old enough. See, this is the shit. Motherfuckers say, "Oh, look at these 2 20-year-olds complaining about politics. Wait till you get some get that wet off from behind your ears, and then you can complain." It's like, God damn, dude.
Look at this. Look at the ageism in the chat.
Yeah. The fuck?
Anybody else that want it, we're open to you. Come in, murderers. You know why they do that? They do that for a couple of reasons, but they do it for votes because they.
Christy in the chat says, "One angry pagan, especially given the USS Gerald Ford has been forced to limp to Greece for repairs following a fire that injured 200 sailors." No, nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about that. Why don't you guys talk about the good things? No, okay, so we'll close our eyes and wait for you to fucking put a cupcake in our hand and just be happy.
Did they lose a few more $25,000 jets in the ocean while they did that?
Care to correct that figure?
50,000? Oh, I'm sorry, $25 million jet.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck kind of plane you think? No, sir.
Some of them brand new was it F-35s that supposedly could be able to do vertical takeoff and landing, but sometimes burst into flames on takeoff. Those planes.
No, those are the ones that are in the briny deep.
the Democrats, even though I did great with the Hispanic vote, tremendous with the Hispanic vote. You know, I turned that whole thing around. The Hispanics like me, and I like them. And you know, it's interesting with the Hispanics. When I built the wall, everybody said, "Oh, that's gonna."
Oh my God, dude, there is no fucking wall. Like, here we go. Like, again, he just says shit that never happened as if it happened, and everyone just goes along with it.
I didn't do it. Yo, if the mods placed you in timeout, that's not on us.
Or YouTube.
Yeah, or it could have been YouTube. But it looks like it was a mod though. Don't mod the chat for ageism, I suppose. It's just more angry older people being angry older people.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
Ruin us for the Hispanic was just the opposite. They know all about immigration and they know all about death and crime, and they're smart people and they have common sense. They wanted to be protected from the people that were coming into our country. So, you know, I won the election with a very tremendous Hispanic vote, and I think.
Are you telling me that not all Hispanic people are Mexicans and some of them don't like each other?
Are you talking about how no voting block is a monolith?
Are you trying to tell me that it's not Mexico and South Mexico and South Mexico and South Mexico? That these are all unique countries with their own histories and cultures, and sometimes they don't get along? What?
I do like how it took the Democrats quite a long time to figure out that black people were not a monolith as a voting group either. Like, they're like, we'll always have black people voting for us.
No, not forever.
It's higher now than it was then.
Whoa, plus with
So,
some of these are different countries. Yeah.
We're a party of common sense. The Democrats are a party of insanity. They're a party that will destroy our
Talk about
If I didn't
projecting.
win this election, I believe our country would have been destroyed.
Hey,
by
Mikey,
one
pause it
vote.
for a
That's what it
second.
would have taken.
Sorry. Apparently we are fully responsible for the behavior of our mods. That is YouTube policy.
Who told you that?
Who told you that? I don't
Why do
control
you-
what they do.
And why do you have Beetlejuice as your profile picture?
Yeah, what's up with that?
You don't have a camera to take a picture of yourself? Can't come up with a catchy logo. You have to use a black man's face.
And I'm not responsible for what you say about the mods and then what they do to you afterwards. So.
I'm just saying you can't call out YouTube policy when you have a copyrighted image of someone else's face as your profile picture. You know what I'm saying? You can't also be speedy and then like complaining about us, you know.
So I can't hold the mods responsible for.
Yeah, he's a beautiful human. That's why you have his picture, right? Totally not troll behavior at all.
If you had Kamala or Sleepy Joe, either one, it wouldn't have mattered. They're the same thing. Two sleepy people.
Well, I just don't have to take you seriously.
I believe,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
by the way, Gavin Newsom, who is one of the candidates, I believe he took himself out of the running when he says he suffers from mental disability. And a reporter said
He did
it was
not say
terrible
that.
I talked
He said he
to
has
him.
dyslexia, not a mental
Yeah.
disability.
That's. You want to talk about mental disabilities, bro?
It was tiger, camel, rhinoceros. I guessed it.
That way about somebody with mental disability. I said, I have no problem with it, but I don't want a person with
laughing.
mental disability to be my president. I mean, you don't want to have a
The mods,
person with
the
mental
mods say that they
disability.
treat everyone fairly
be
and
the
equally.
president.
So
And Gavin
maybe you're
Newsom said
bitching.
that he can't read a speech. He can't
Fair and
do
balanced.
almost anything. And then he said he's as dumb as all the people in the room, and he got accused of being a racist, which was an amazing. I thought it was the worst interview I've ever
What
seen
is
anybody
he
give.
talking about?
He's actually a very stupid person. So I believe he's out of the running. I think that
Gavin Newsom is a lot of things, but he's smarter than you, dude. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
seriously.
that statement, that interview,
What
he
the fuck
admitted
is his
that he's a
hands
stupid
doing?
person. I don't want a stupid person being president. You know, I'll say
No
it
one
right
gives
And
a
now,
why are
I
you
say it
president?
Because the
Yeah.
press never reports it.
Same.
I'm the only
over
president that
here.
ever took a cognitive test. It
He's
took
the
it
only
3
one who's ever
times.
taken a cognitive
It's
test.
actually a very hard test for a lot of people. It's
No, it's not. Are you pulling up the test again? All right, guys. Tim's pulling up. We're gonna take the test together to see if it's really as hard as he says.
It wasn't hard for me, but it's a cognitive test. It starts off with an easy question,
Oh my God.
and by the time you get to the middle, it gets tougher. By the time you get to the end, very few people can answer those questions. You get very
No, everyone can answer those questions. It's to make sure that you're still connected to the same timeline as the rest of us.
tough
So,
mathematical equations.
You got it.
I got a version of it. Yeah.
All right. All
So
right.
this is probably
everybody
harder than the one Trump does.
ready? Let me get.
Stupid, stupido.
5 buckaroos from Tons of Mice. Thank you, Tons of Mice. Tim's Hat 2028. Fully responsible for the mods. That's right.
No, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
My hat will take full responsibility for the mods.
Hey, let's just say it could be way worse.
Mikey, what do you want to do? Spatial reasoning, abstract? Here, I'll zoom it in a little bit.
Thank you.
Numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning,
Let's do verbal. Let's do number 1.
open test. You get 20 minutes.
Oh, Jesus
Or,
Christ.
I'm sorry, 40 seconds per question, 20 questions, multiple choice.
Okay. I'll take 10 seconds because ain't nobody got time for that.
Some documents require legal review. All documents that require legal review have been approved by the legal team. Conclusion: some documents are approved by the legal team.
Yes.
Yes. Conclusion follows logically. Next.
We made it, guys. And he did not have a test this hard.
All failed login attempts are recorded in the audit log. Login attempt T is recorded in the audit log. Conclusion: login attempt T failed. Yes.
No.
Yeah. If all failed logins are recorded in the audit log and login attempt T recorded in the audit log, then it's a failed attempt.
It doesn't, I mean, it could also be the non-failed ones too. It just says the failed ones are there.
So
It
you
doesn't say
conclusions.
it doesn't say exclusively that the failed ones are there.
All right. We're having Mikey take this test.
It was my test.
Eagle is a bird as Rose is too. Red, gentleman, flower, beautiful.
Flower.
Flower, robot. Which is the odd one out? Coffee, juice, salt, or milk?
Meek. No, salt.
End.
Oh, subtest.
Oh, okay. Diagnosis is the treatment as assessment is to opinion, test, recommendation, evaluation.
Diagnosis is to treatment as assessment is to, evaluation.
All audit reports that identify risks are escalated to management. The audit report identifies risk. Conclusion: the audit report was escalated to management.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to read it, but it's like,
You want to make it bigger?
please. Oh yeah, because it was like just at the font size where it was starting to pixelate. I'm like, just like watching porn on public TV in the 90s. Not that I know. I saw it on the internet. All audit reports that identify risks are escalated to management. The audit report identified risks.
So it was escalated to management.
Uh,
Oh, we ran out of time.
nope.
Which
Sorry,
word does
which
not
one is-
belong? Apple, broccoli, spinach, carrot.
Apple.
Which word does not belong? Snow, fog, hail, rain.
Snow, fog, hail, rain. Fog.
No temporary workers are assigned to critical projects. Jonas is not assigned to a critical project. The conclusion: Jonas is a temporary worker.
No. Does not.
Some employees work flexible hours. All employees who work flexible hours are part-time. Conclusion: all part-time employees work flexible hours.
Yes.
Which word does not belong? Vitamins, protein, carbohydrate, or fat?
It's all food stuff. Stuff in food. Carbohydrate.
Catalyst is to reaction as antibody is to antigen, immunity, disease, or cell.
Catalyst causes a reaction. Antibody causes immunity. Or probably antigen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Thermometer is to temperature as speedometer is to
speed.
Which word does not belong? Rewrite, resent, redo, rebuild.
Oh, it does not belong. Right. Resent.
Fatigue is to rest as confusion is to
clarity.
Which word does not belong? Inference, contradiction, paradox, fallacy.
The first one you said is that inference?
Yeah, inference.
Yeah, inference.
Which word does not belong? Orange, carrot, banana, apple.
Orange.
Are you sure?
What do you mean?
Orange, carrot, banana, apple.
Fine, carrot.
Conceal is to reveal, as assemble is to
disassemble.
Okay. No employees without approval authority can sign contracts. Mina did not sign the contract. Mina does not have approval authority.
No.
No employees without approval authority can sign contracts. Mina did not sign the contract, which means Mina does not have approval authority.
Doesn't mean that.
Okay. This is going on for a while.
I know.
Which word does not belong? Habit, reflex, instinct, decision. I actually don't know this one.
Habit.
Reflex, instinct, decision.
Decision. All the rest of them you do without thinking.
Ah, that's good. All employees who attend the security briefing sign the attendance sheet.
Okay.
Lena signed the attendance sheet. Lena attended the security briefing.
Yes. Follows.
Please end soon, test.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Accelerate is to speed up, as decelerate is to
slow down.
There's got to be an end button somewhere. All
Does it say how
products
many we got left?
No.
It says up there.
Okay. Here we
go.
19.
We got one more.
Okay, one more. All products that failed the quality inspection are listed in the defect register. Item Q is listed in the defect register. Item Q failed the quality inspection.
Yes.
Okay, one more. All who handle hazmat materials must wear protective gloves. Hazmat trained staff handled hazardous materials. Amina is hazmat trained staff. Amina must wear protective gloves.
Yes.
Yes. End.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. No.
Can we skip? We'll put it in, but it won't be for us.
Yeah. Age. Let's put what age everyone thinks we are. Where do you want to live? Belgium.
US of A.
Fine. Whatever.
They're going to need us to raise the fucking scores.
Very well.
High school.
High school?
Yeah.
High school,
Chris C, thanks for the 5 British pounds. Has Trump negotiated a surrender with the voices in his head yet?
Oh my God. Select an employer. Come on. Prefer not to say. Native language. English. Where are you, English? Here we go. Not employed. Let's get results. Didn't answer ethnicity.
Oh my God, it's hailing outside.
Present occupation. Oh my God, Edmund. Let's call ourselves other. Get results. Oh, we skipped one. Oh, we ran out of time. Mikey, come back. The results.
Hold on.
Oh, hey, did better than average. Tons of mice. Can I phone a friend? All right, Mikey. No, you're better than average.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Average is 50%, and you got a 70. And
I just put it in the group chat.
it's only because one was skipped. You would have gotten a 75. You got that one right.
Ow.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot of time left. We did it in 6 minutes, and there was still 40 minutes left almost.
Yeah, if they would have said, all right, I need you to take the whole hour, I think I would have got a better score.
Yeah.
But we're also streaming, and I don't want to be
There.
boring.
Beat that, Trump. Bitch.
Yeah, suck it, noob. You want to see something fucked up?
Is that outside your house right now?
Yeah, it's freaking hailing.
Jesus.
There's marble-sized hail out there.
Damn.
Bastards.
Are you getting tornadoes again?
Probably.
I took
Because
it
there's no
3
clouds in the
times.
sky right now.
I aced it all 3 times in front of numerous.
You didn't
doctors
ace it,
who
we
I had
aced
no
it.
idea who they are.
Smoke that shit.
And I was told when I went in,
Well,
they
don't
said-
send your hail over here.
Doc Ronnie told me this.
I don't
My
want
current
hail.
Doctors who are fantastic doctors. They said,
That
well,
means I'm going to get
Oh,
hail
no.
in 2 days.
if you take it,
That's never a
you know,
good
it's
sign. They're
local
like, we're in
regions,
your
essentially a
neighborhood. It's like
public hospital. And if you do badly, it's probably going to get out. But I
native
aced it.
language.
I got them
Hat.
all right. And one doctor said, I've never seen anybody get them all right. I've been doing the test.
Oh
for
my
20
God,
years.
dude. You're just
I
so
want
fucking
people-
smart,
I would
bro.
love to see anybody that's a president or a vice president or anybody that has any
Yo, he should take it live on camera.
Right?
Let's see you take the test, bud.
I posted
chance
the
of being
cognitive
a
test in the
president.
chat.
I would like to see them take a cognitive test because we had a man
Post your
in this
results.
office that had no clue.
Do you know how to make a post on
Let me give you a
YouTube?
little secret. He
Yeah.
wasn't a smart man.
I'll
30
do that
years
too.
ago.
I about to say, if you have like a funny picture of Trump and then just post the link to the test, it's like, let us know what your scores are. Since he says he's so fucking smart.
And I'll tell you about President
MS13 on his hands.
Obama. He wasn't a smart man either.
Oh my
I know
God, he was
all
a
about him.
constitutional law
He wasn't a
professor.
smart man.
Right.
Highly overrated.
He's
He was a
one of
great
the smartest men
diviner.
to ever be president,
And-
actually.
Our country can't go through that anymore. Can't go through. We have done an amazing job. I had to do a little stopover. I call it an excursion. I had to do a little stopover.
You mean
in
when you
Iran,
started a
and
war?
We had to knock the hell out of him because
And here's the thing, he's already talked about all of this already. He's on his like 4th or 5th lap of talking about this shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude is just fucking mumbling and rambling.
our country would not have been safe. The world wouldn't have been safe. I've done a great favor for the world. The world has not been reciprocal, because when I told NATO, where we give billions and billions of dollars, trillions over the years, I said, do you mind coming up and giving us a little hand with the streets? Send up some. They didn't want to get involved. And I believe that's going to cost them dearly. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Did no one else got to speak?
No, they already talked
I don't
already.
think you read about it
Oh.
that much, but
I
I
see.
speak about it.
Ugh, sick of him. To the playlist.
Okay, so I've posted on the channel. The link is there, and a very funny picture of Trump.
I knew you'd
So-
have one on deck.
Go to our community page on the channel to take the cognitive test, or I posted it in the chat.
Do that shit. Do that shit.
Tell us your results.
Here's just some of my gatherings from my
If you've turned on the
overnight
news in the
streaming.
last few weeks, you've probably noticed a trend.
This is a regime that needs to
We
go.
want this regime gone.
Take Iran off the map.
There has to be some force on the
The
ground.
United States and Israel must be prepared to fight for an extended period of time.
Everywhere you look, whether it's ABC, CNN, Fox News, or even The Late Show with Stephen Colbert,
The case, I don't think, has been made to the American people, as I think it can be made.
foreign policy experts are all insisting on one thing. The war in Iran is mostly good, and it must go on. Iran. This is all a bit jarring, considering that only 27% of Americans agree with the war, and yet you almost never hear a dissenting voice. And that's as true on ABC as it is on Fox News. Who are these experts, and why are they so different from the rest of us? Well, it's no accident that the majority of the experts you're hearing from work at think tanks, a kind of nonprofit that may sound independent, but which often sustains itself by taking
It's almost like some two news dudes have been saying, don't listen to them. Don't
kinda
listen to
like-
them.
Kind of like they have motives.
Driftless, what's up? I saw you the other day. Hey, Sarah.
money from large corporations like weapons manufacturers. And not just a little money. Weapons manufacturers are funneling millions
of
into
money.
think tanks. And coincidentally, the experts that work there tend to push pro-war narratives in the media. Take the Hudson Institute. Since 2019, they've taken over $4 million from military contractors.
That's not relevant to their war coverage. That has nothing and nothing to do with it.
How could it be?
Contractors that make hand over fist cash anytime a bomb is dropped. One of the Institute's largest donors, Northrop Grumman, is raking in the cash, as their $2 billion B-2 bombers are being used right now to bomb Iran. And RTX is another huge donor to Hudson.
Yo, those
No,
B-2
it
bombers
is
are fucking
missile.
ancient, by the way.
They're what?
Those B-2 bombers are fucking ancient.
No fucking way.
When was the B-2 first in service?
I'm gonna guess 78. No, 92.
I'm gonna say 89. Oh yeah.
Fuck you. Fucking guy.
That's a
over-
cognitive test.
What are you doing?
Oh,
over there?
there we go. Wikipedia.
I
service.
don't accept Wikipedia as a source.
Yo, they stopped manufacturing them in 2000.
Planes are different. Planes are like boats. You can have the same design for, forever. It's not like the fucking it's not like the wind got different.
It is outdated stealth technology, by the way.
It don't matter. They fly up so high, it don't matter. By the time you see them, they're already gone.
The same ones the US just dropped on an Iranian elementary school that killed 168 mostly school-aged children. The Atlantic Council
So the people who are making the bombs that are blowing up the children indiscriminately are the same ones covering the explosions of the bombs of the children.
What?
There's no way that they would give bad coverage.
is another
No
think
way.
tank you're likely seeing
Yeah,
everywhere right
B2 is
now.
still
They also
effective.
happen to take
We're also still using A10 Warthogs.
Oh, A10 Warthogs are fucking awesome, though.
more weapons money than basically
That-
anyone else in Washington.
That airplane is a workhorse.
It's a flying tank.
Yeah.
It's an aerial tank.
And last year, they
Machine
put out
gun
this
tank.
interesting report calling for the United States to purchase more THAAD and SM-3 missiles to fight Iran. And guess what we're doing this year? We're using those same missiles right now to bomb Iran. Oh, and surprise, surprise, the companies that produce those weapons, RTX and Lockheed Martin, have gifted the Atlantic Council over $1 million since 2019. And these are just two of the think tanks that deign publicly share their funding. Approximately 40% of America's think tanks are dark money organizations, meaning they don't disclose their donors at all. The Foundation for Defense of Democracies is one of these dark money think tanks, and they've been calling for regime
dark
change in
money
Iran
think
for
tanks.
years, and we can only
So when we got all bent out of shape about Chorus and how it was dark money going in towards influencing independent media, and it was like, oh my God, why are you making such a big idea? They're just making their own little group. What's the problem? Because this is the problem. You're going to talk to only the people that we say you can talk to. They can't have any other interviews. All interviews from the DNC must go through Chorus and all the. Yeah, that's why motherfuckers are saying no to fucking interviews from other independent media sources, is because Chorus has got them on lockdown. Because they're the ones taking the same money as the fucking people we're trying to ask questions to.
And these are all, I mean, either unintended or intended consequences of Citizens United. That's where you get dark money think tanks from.
guess as to why. Oh, and the best part is their experts appear before Congress more than almost any other think tank in Washington, and we have no idea where their funding comes from. I think
we know.
what's so astonishing to me is how many of these same groups pushed for the war in Iraq. But then when public opinion changed, they all suddenly pretended like they never did. The Foundation for Defense of Democracies went so far as to delete their support for the Iraq War from their website. But don't worry, I'm sure this time it will be totally different.
It's not going to happen again. That would never happen twice.
So much about
speaking of fake news, Colorado putting in work.
Politics is bleak and depressing these days. You got to take a good laugh when you can get one. I had one this weekend when I saw the map of Colorado put out by Republican Scott Bottom's campaign for governor. This shows all the places.
Don't run for governor if your name is Bottoms. That's not a good way to go. Don't be in politics if your last name is Bottoms. Oh my God.
That's a big Bottoms map right there.
There's too many jokes. Is he a power bottom?
The powerful Bottoms administration.
He's done campaign stops, except at least 9 of the towns and cities on this map are nowhere near their actual locations.
Hilarious.
Maybe we can zoom in for you here. Far southeast Colorado, where the...
Let me find a map.
So it's an inaccurate map.
Yeah. Where's Colorado? I know where that is. There's Denver. Okay, can I get a different view? There we go. Flagler, Colorado Springs. Okay. It's hard to... I mean, his map has got nice contrast on it. Okay. There's Colorado. But it's a little, a little hard to read. There we go.
Yeah, see, this is why your last name can't be Bottom.
Bottoms topped again.
Campaign put Strasburg. Yeah, that is absolutely not where Strasburg is. It's like 150 miles to the northeast. Then up there along the Kansas line, that would be the famous border town of Lyman. Nope, that is not where Lyman goes either. And that is just the start of a slew of clearly AI-generated messes on that map.
Oh, boy.
Republican gubernatorial candidate Scott Bottom's campaign messing up a map of Colorado is kind of funny, but it's not a big deal, right? Mistakes happen, and those glaring AI mistakes are really easy to spot these days. Kind of made for a fun game to spot all of the misplaced cities and towns. But it raises a larger issue of how often we in the news media are sucked into fake outrage over little mistakes like that. Now, I didn't hear any Democrats pretending to be outraged by a GOP candidate's butchered map of Colorado. But stop and think for a second if it was a Democratic candidate for governor coming off like he couldn't find his aspen with both hands or didn't know his holly from a hole in the ground.
Got him.
So that we would hear all about how disrespectful.
Wait, where's the fucking scroll. Fucking that is a correct joke.
Respectful that was to rural Colorado. How it showed the candidate didn't care about people outside the Denver-Boulder corridor. Then the fake outrage would trudge its predictable path from the political figures to their favorite radio and TV stations. And then eventually most every media outlet in Colorado would be talking at least about the reaction to the mix-up, as if the outrage is real and as if it was news. It's not. And most journalists know better. But fake outrage gets attention and clicks. And covering it keeps journalists from being called biased. So too often, we go along with it even when we know there is nothing to it. We have too many real problems to keep getting worked up over fake ones. A campaign's messed up in Colorado is not a real problem.
The BBL administration.
I don't think this one will be treated as if it is. And if we're smart and honest, the next potential fake outrage won't either.
Like, I love local news because those are the same guys that were covering the data centers, the fucking bullshit Trinidad Agua shit that landlord was saying. Like, Colorado 9 has been there the whole time. I probably covered that specific dude like 15 times now. Let's see, where do we got here?
What else you got?
This is in Joliet, Illinois. The people decided that they didn't want a data center. So this is the city council meeting after the city said to go ahead with it anyway.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Morales.
only good
I'm
happen.
a lifelong resident of Joliet. I'm not going to talk about
You got that JJC polo. I don't know what their animal is. The Badgers? I don't know.
something on the agenda. That was made perfectly clear earlier. But what I am going to talk about, Mr. Hudron and Mr. Mayor and every council member, is the process. Okay? I want to begin by addressing something that is deeply concerning and frankly unacceptable. This meeting was scheduled at
Now, keep in mind, the people already showed up in the hundreds for the last meeting. Public comment went until like past midnight. And then they ended up having to just do a second day of just public comment on this issue.
5:30, it was scheduled for 5:30, and many people arrived at 4 expecting to participate in a public process. Instead, we found the room already full, dominated by a single group of union members, some that don't even live in Joliet, okay? Leaving little to no space for actual community residents who live and vote.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. You know the fire code. You know, what would it look like if the administration was breaking the fire code in the middle of a meeting? I mean, we could get in big trouble about that, you know. Oh, the room was already 70% filled when you guys started showing up. Oh, what a coinky dink.
In the city of Joliet to be in the same room. This raises a serious question. Who is this process really for? Okay? At the previous meeting, public comment went past midnight and had to be continued because there are so many residents who wanted to speak. That alone made it clear that there's an overwhelming public interest in this issue. So knowing that, how is it acceptable that today's meeting was held in a space that can't even accommodate the community? This does not feel right. When a decision of this magnitude is being considered, one that will impact our neighborhoods, our environment, our children, our future, our health, the public deserves a genuine opportunity to be present, to be heard, and to engage.
Her cell phone's too close to her microphone. It's pissing me off.
What we are seeing here tonight does not
causing
reflect
that staticky
transparency, it reflects exclusion. If the city truly intended to allow public participation, why was a larger venue not selected? There are spaces available like Billy Leemacher Park that could have been accommodated for more residents and ensured that access was not limited to those who arrived here first. This is not just about seating, it's about trust. When community members are effectively shut out and bullied of the room, it sends the message that their voice matters less. I'm asking the council directly, why was a venue chosen that could not reasonably accommodate?
Because I don't want all y'all in here.
Yeah, obviously. This happens in New England all the time because New England likes its traditions, and we have town hall meetings, and you can only fit so many people in the room. So usually it's like all the Republicans try and get in the room first, or all the Democrats trying to get in the room first, and then there's no room for anyone else when it comes on time to vote for shit.
Oops, that pesky fire code.
The level of public interest that this issue clearly has, and how can you move forward? Well, you already did. You move forward with the vote, showing the residents that we were denied an opportunity to even be present in the same room. Transparency is not just a word, it is an action. And tonight, that sounds less. That standard has not been met. When I worked at the township and we had a debate about
Did she freeze?
a grant, $8 million for everybody, including migrants. We held it at the Bicentennial Park so that everybody had an opportunity to come in. We wanted to hear from the public. You all could have followed suit. You all could have done the same thing. But we don't matter to you. Mayor, I go to the same church as you do.
Uh-oh.
How did you allow this to happen?
Uh-oh.
Half of these union folks in this room don't live in Joliet. And they bullied a lot of people downstairs, and they've been very disrespectful to a lot of us as well. That's unacceptable. We will remember when you all run for office. Jan, I'm sorry, but I'm really disappointed in every single one of you. Juan, tú tienes familia joven aquí. tu esposa y tus hijos. No sé qué te pasa porque
You have 2 young children.
te vendes. Muchas gracias. Estoy hablando español. Si no entienden, apréndanlo. Gracias.
If you don't understand Spanish, you can learn it.
I don't. I've tried to learn it. I still don't understand it.
It's not that hard.
It is.
It makes
It's
more
my-
sense.
My brain doesn't comprehend language that easily.
Could be worse.
I tried.
I gotta check on a stinky butt.
Okay. I got some Joe and Mika paper shuffling if you want to do that.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back.
He doesn't want to watch Joe and Mika. Let's see, where are they? It's time for everyone's favorite segment within our show, Paper Shuffling with Joe and Mika, where Joe Scarborough rants and Mika shuffles papers and nothing really gets done.
The Trump administration is putting ICE agents in airports across the country as travelers wait in extremely long lines. What do they do to make the lines shorter, like the ICE agents?
Well-
What is their function? Do we know? Okay. But on Capitol Hill, there could be a deal to fund the Department of Homeland Security before Congress leaves town for a 2-week recess. That's despite President Trump again yesterday
You do, McKinnon. You do.
telling Republicans any funding for the agency has to be tied to the Save America Act. We'll dig into all of that.
We can dig as long as we want. That's just not going to happen.
Okay, there's that. Meanwhile, here in New York,
I'm just saying. I'm not even. That's just a fact. You ask John Thune and other. They'll just say that's just not going to happen.
well, he's hoping for it.
Do you
So
know what your original birth certificate is?
Well, actually, I do.
Oh,
yes.
good.
The original?
Yeah, you need the original.
The original.
Yeah. Well, they're going to kick you off the voters'
My mom
rolls if you don't have it.
remember where I was born.
You know,
so it's
Willie,
not like I can-
seriously, for most of Mika's life, she's not known
New York or
where
Washington.
she was born.
couldn't
I
remember.
said, where you were born? Where you born? Her
Yeah.
mom was like, oh, I don't know. You know it. It was the 60s.
New York, Washington.
It ended
No,
up.
that's what I always said. Well, I think I did a deep dive into this, and I haven't. Now I can't remember.
I
So
think
they're
she ended up
like mother, like
being
daughter.
born in Manhattan. But
Was it Manhattan?
She ended up being born in.
it might have been Jersey.
somewhere
I think
else.
I think
Why are these people get paid, I assume, large sums of money to have this morning talk show? And I'm sitting here on YouTube. I can be at least as entertaining as Joe Scarborough and Mika, probably more, and have more coherent conversations than these two.
we're living
And I'll know not to shuffle the papers in front of my lapel mic.
in
You
Georgetown.
guys were living in the swamps of Jersey. Might have
This
been
is a picture of
Georgetown.
her.
See, but here's a great, yeah. Not only does Mika not know where her original
All right, I
birth
still
certificate
have-
is, which under the SAVE Act would get her kicked off the voters' rolls, and then she'd have to come back and re-register, and she would find out on election day that she could not vote. And by the way,
Yeah.
don't be skeptical. Seriously, she had no idea where she was born. She still doesn't
Okay,
really
but that's
know.
not the story this
But-
morning.
but-
No, sorry.
Yeah.
But, she never really knew. It was the 60s. But she was an artist.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You're
But you didn't
busy.
change your last name, so that'll help you. apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Oh, okay. All right.
So anyway, but they're really saying this Trump Act will kick people off the voters' roll. They have to go back and they will have to find an original birth certificate or buy a passport, which a lot of people can't even afford groceries now.
Yeah.
And so it's very deliberate attempt to keep people off the rolls. You know,
Republican or Democrat.
by the way, I've always said voter ID, that's fine. Driver's license or another.
Yeah, where's my TV show? I want a TV show. I need a TV show.
Other government issue deal, or if the voter registration office wants to get, let people get that's even better, because then you're giving people who don't have a photo ID, government issued photo ID. But this thing is crazy, and it's never going to pass what they're talking.
And the way the president and others are trying to sell it is this is just a voter ID bill. All you have to do is have a picture ID, and that's all we're asking. That's not true.
It's just not
There's
true.
much more in there. Restrictions on mail-in voting and what you're talking about here. These things that are buried in, they want you to think it's just voter ID. It is not. There are other restrictions on voting that go deep within this. And also, meanwhile, the president is lumping all this other stuff into the bill about trans athletes and everything else. It's this catch-all omnibus thing that
it's
a colander.
It's just
touching everything.
it's not going to work.
Okay, meanwhile, here in New
Republicans
York.
know it's not going to work, and the chaos in the airport keeps getting worse.
Look at her. She's like, Joe, shut the fuck up. Please shut up so we can continue the show.
Oh,
TSA
speaking
agents
of.
work for free right now.
And ICE
And it's
agents are milling
outrageous.
around.
I think he enjoys not shutting the fuck up, just to piss off his co-host / wife.
With their masks off, which is apparently not good for them because people are taking their pictures. They don't like that. I mean, it's just awkward. Anyhow, I still don't know what they're doing there. What's the function of? Are they scanning our bags? I wouldn't want that. Okay.
What's in your bag?
Well, I just they don't appear to be very good at their job.
I mean, my bag. Open it up, man.
No, I wouldn't want them scanning bags. I want TSA agents scanning bags.
All right, meanwhile, here
They're
in New
trained
York,
for that
the
job.
main runway at LaGuardia Airport
ICE
remains
agents are trained
closed.
for nothing.
My flight today canceled this morning after yesterday's deadly crash involving an Air Canada jet and an emergency vehicle. We're going to play for you the audio from the air traffic controller immediately.
Oh yeah, this is a story that I don't know if Mikey covered yesterday, but yeah, LaGuardia Airport, which is not an international airport, if I remember correctly. But I've flown out of LaGuardia before. There was a crash between a airport firefighter vehicle and an Air Canada airplane that was on the runway.
After the collision, where he said, I messed up.
Along with Joe, Willie, and me, we have the co-host of our 9 a.m. hour, staff writer at The Atlantic, Jonathan Lemire, former spokesperson for the U.S. mission to the United Nations, Hagar Shamali. She also worked at the National Security Council and Treasury Department. Good to have you on board
Why
this
do
morning.
you think Mika doesn't want them to check
It's
bag?
not my bag.
It's kinda
I just
when
don't want to.
Is it like when the Eagles flew
Joe,
into
shut the fuck up. Let the news
Bahamas
continue,
and
Joe.
everything off,
He's the worst.
had to like save them by paying off the customs guy?
Just
What do you
Keith
think it
Richards in
is?
Toronto in 78, you know?
They'll find dog treats, maybe a leash, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the point is, what are they? Does anyone know? Okay, I'm going to stick to it. Does anyone know what ICE agents are doing at the nation's airport? What is their job?
And are they making the lines
All
any
right,
shorter?
They're making the line
Allegedly
shorter?
working on
Yeah.
Are
crowd
they
No,
going
they're
to take
not.
over passport stamping? I don't know. I flew into Newark 2 days ago. I didn't see any ICE agents.
Yeah.
And
So
Well, I've
actually,
seen a
Mika,
few.
can I just answer your question?
Yes, please.
Donald Trump did it to provoke you and people like you. And the fact that you've asked the question 14 times in the first 5 minutes
It's a
means
legitimate question.
he wins. Ask it again, he wins again.
No, I don't think he's going to. I think ICE has been a
Chrissy says it's inevitable that a fatal accident was going to happen with the now under-resourced and overworked air traffic controllers in the United States. That is true. Before Trump started firing air traffic controllers for DEI reasons, they were already understaffed after COVID. And if anyone has ever watched like the profiles that like John Oliver or some others have done on air traffic controllers, they're stretched to the limit all the time. And, you know, they've had to restructure the airspace over this country several times because of the shortage in air traffic controllers. And the technology they use to do the air traffic controlling is absurdly outdated.
No, Trump
And no-
fixed it in his first administration.
Oh yeah, he fixed it in his first administration. Joe and Mika were talking about the Air Canada crash at LaGuardia,
Which is rough.
Yeah, it's rough. And Chrissy says
Completely
that
preventable.
that kind of thing is inevitable with the shortage in resources and air traffic controllers. I mean, those people are in a high stress job, and there ain't enough of them.
The mental stack is crazy.
It is.
You got them keeping track of 15 things at once.
With
It's not gonna work out well.
With little fucking paper plates where they're
Right.
fucking, instead of a computer that could help them do that.
very not winning
Oh, and we're also talking about ICE agents at airports.
proposition for this president.
No, I'm
so
just,
continue,
I'm
please.
just saying, as far as owning the libs, it's working for him, even though it is hurting Republicans.
Right.
What happened yesterday in San Francisco hurts Republicans. ICE in the airport hurts Republicans. The Republicans, even Ron Johnson, went on Fox yesterday and said we had this deal done. And the president killed it. John Thune said we had a deal done. And the president reportedly yelling at John Thune about it in this very heated conversation. Yeah, but you won't stop saying the same thing over and over and over again. The point is, all the Republicans.
Do you think that, Mikey, do you think that Joe and Mika like pissing each other off?
It's the lifeblood of their relationship.
Because they're always like, you won't shut up. So I have to keep talking about it because you won't shut up.
Republicans in the Senate, or almost all of them, want TSA agents paid. They don't want ICE in the airports. If they're running for office this fall, it is a terrible political move for them. So yes, Donald Trump may be owning the libs, maybe making my wife, who has contents inside of a bag that I have no idea what's in that bag, like making her really, there's the bag. It's a big one.
I got it at a thrift store.
Someone thought in the production booth it would be a funny idea to tell the cameraman to get a shot of Mika's purse because we don't know what's in there. Joe Scarborough won't let it go.
This is a cultural difference. Black women never put their purses on the floor. It's bad luck.
Is it bad luck?
Yeah. And there's Mika. Of course, she's got this big fucking saddlebag laying on the ground. Of course. The biggest bag possible.
I can't tell what kind of bag that is.
I don't know. Purse
Usually they
experts
have
in the
like
chat, let us know.
Yeah. If anyone knows anything about purses and the branding, whose is that?
I don't know.
I love it so much. Thank you, Joe.
What are you hiding, Mika?
It's
I don't know.
we could go through it.
I don't
It was John
know.
Kennedy. What did I say?
Yeah, John Kennedy.
Yeah, it was John Kennedy. Yeah,
On
no,
Fox.
Ron Johnson definitely wouldn't say
He's
that.
looking
It was
down
John
the end of
Kennedy.
his
So anyway,
little nose.
horrible for the Republicans what's happening in the airports. You know, somebody scanned Atlanta's airport, and it was even more chaotic than usual. And the caption was, "This is what Washington looks like when Republicans run everything." And Republicans are very aware of that fact. But right now, Donald Trump does not seem to care.
Yeah, Republican senators know that, which is why Thune went to the
Can you pause
White
real
House the
quick?
last couple of
I
days
think
to
like
try to get
that's
it.
like he didn't deliver the point as it needs to be delivered, but I hope people are paying attention to how chaotic things are and how this always fucking happens. This always fucking happens under Republicans, right?
Yeah.
Not to say that I love Democrats spinning the stretch of the imagination, but at least they know what the job is. They just choose not to push the bar up any higher.
Right.
But they can still fucking get the planes landed and keep the trains running and make sure the locks have longshoremen and make sure people aren't on strike. These motherfuckers just be like, but I want more money for ICE. No,
So
like more money for ICE. It's like, well, then no one flies.
I was
Okay.
listening to the morning show earlier today, and I don't think this made it into a clip, but Joe said that like, you know, MAGA wants to run Iran, but they can't even run the airports. So how the fuck are they gonna run these other countries that they want to run?
They close the airspace in America. America's a no-fly zone.
If you can't maintain the infrastructure of this country, how do we expect them to do any kind of good elsewhere?
And the stubbornness to not just give it up and just be like, all right, fine. ICE doesn't get their money now, but I'll give them more money later. Like he's acting like this is his last week of life, which it might be. And that's why he's being so stubborn. He's like, no, I don't get to do anything I want. And no, I'm going to make sure. No, it's going to go through the way I want to do it. And it's like, I don't know who told you knew what you were doing. But it is grossly apparent that you're fucking winging it, bro. You are winging it. Plain reference.
And his petulant attitude towards not signing any bills unless the SAVE Act is passed
Right.
and not accepting any deals on DHS funding that would fund literally everything except for ICE.
Literally everything.
Is going to bring down the entire party.
The country.
And the country.
I mean, it's not Thanksgiving time where everyone's actually flying the most, or Christmas.
No, but Easter's coming up. They were talking about it. Easter's coming up. Spring break for most people's coming up.
Right.
Like
so
it
much
is
for flying to Cancun.
Right. It is a travel season. Like early spring and mid spring are a travel season.
The weather is breaking in the northern hemisphere.
So yeah, there are and they also said it's like a spring sports season. So people are traveling for sports.
Yeah.
Sports teams are traveling. College kids are traveling for sports. Like, you know, they ain't got money to fly private jets.
Even still, there's no one to land the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Even if you avoid the lines and you fly private at $20,000 a flight, it's still who's going to be there to make sure that a fucking a fire truck or a 747 or something else doesn't just go across your runway as you're trying to take off.
Yeah. They were also talking about like all these people who are saying no to all this funding or whatever and not actually helping. They don't fly commercial. When was the last time Donald Trump flew in a commercial jet?
The 70s, if that.
Never. When was the last time Howard Lutnick took a non-private plane somewhere that wasn't Epstein Island?
Oh, look who's back.
Yeah, that's you know what? Liquor Store Dinosaur is correct. ICE has been funded through 2029. So I don't know what the fucking problem is.
Where's all the money?
They were supposed to be fully. They're the only part of this that's fully funded through 2029.
So
Everyone else is on break.
So why do they need more money in this new bill, or else everything has to shut down? Like
because
I don't like
spent it like the money was on fire.
That's what I'm like. She just literally shoved it in her pocket. So they're like, okay, well, we're gonna need some more because she shoved it in her pockets. Like, well, aren't you even gonna fucking prosecute her for fucking stealing and insider dealing and not using the bidding process appropriately because she's a member of the fucking federal government? You can't just pick your fucking boyfriend, your girlfriend from college. Her husband is gonna get all the contracts to do all of the shit. No. Ratchet wench, that's stealing.
If I was a TSA agent and I was still going to work after not having a paycheck for a month and I saw these fucking ICE agents showing up getting paid all the time,
like
I'd be kind of pissed off.
This is scab shit, rat shit. Like I'm pretty sure they're in a union, no?
I don't know if TSA has a union. I would assume since they're public sector that they have some sort of union, but I can't say for sure.
I mean, for people to be part of a union, to get furloughed, and then to have other people come do their job, what is the fucking point of having a union then?
Yeah.
It is to collectively protect the work that you guys do and the compensation that you receive for doing said work. So you're just going to take their work away?
And the ICE agents aren't even doing the work. They don't know how to do it, so they can't. They're just fucking standing around.
Great.
They're chatting it up. And then they're getting pissy because they can't wear masks inside of an airport. So people are taking pictures of them and they're getting pissy about it.
Maybe all these First Amendment auditors should just go to the airports, go to the main areas and just start documenting shit and let the AI algorithms sort themselves out. But it is fascinating to me because a lot of these fucking MAGA people swear on unions and they swear on organized labor and they want to be protected from like a greedy company or government overreach and all this kind of shit. Silent, silent when it comes to TSA workers because fuck them, I guess. They don't deserve their jobs to be protected.
And it's not just TSA, it's all the organizations under DHS with the exception of ICE, which already has their money for at least until the end of the year. I believe
that too.
You're right. I believe that the reason that ICE is being excluded is because the Democrats want reform to ICE, and also the money is being held up after this budget year. So, like, yeah, they're fully funded through 2029, but the Democrats can still hold up some of that funding.
And whatever happened to those jets that she purchased?
Who knows?
I mean, we could sell them.
We could sell them. She ain't using them no more.
She ain't even got the job no more, so we could sell them back, right?
She got sent to Alaska with what's his name?
Part of our Shield of the Americas Northern Edition. So have fun in Fargo. Have fun in Anchorage.
Yeah, now we have Secretary Mullen.
Mark Wayne. Lord.
Anyway,
if he starts stealing, I swear to God.
I swear to God, they all think it's a fucking free-for-all in there.
They're just stealing everything. It's like fucking January 6th, but the extended release version.
Chrissy says, breaking news, U.S. taking control of Iran's oil remains an option, Trump has said. Apparently at his cabinet meeting.
That's never going to happen. They're going to blow it up before they could let you have it.
Yeah. Israel's going to blow it up before anybody can use it. Israel don't care about nothing.
Nope.
Deal.
That oil will burn before America controls it.
No, we are seeing, first of all, polls that suggest Republicans are taking more of the blame here for what's happening at the airport. Even anecdotally, those men on the streets or TV crews go to airports. Whose fault is this? Almost to a person. Donald Trump, Republicans.
Oh no, yeah.
That is happening.
This is entirely why Thune has gone to the Democrats saying, we want a deal and we'll make a deal. And he went to the president begging for him to accept a deal from the Democrats because the Senate Republicans know and the House Republicans know that they are completely fucked by this.
And it's almost like we should have just did this the first time so that Trump would learn his fucking lesson. But instead, we had fucking Chuckles the Clown running around talking about some
no fucking way.
And then he immediately fucking waited and immediately allowed it to happen. And him and 8 other fucking Democrats that weren't getting immediately primaried, just poison the pill. Just we're not going to get touched for another 2 to 4 years. So we'll vote for it. You guys don't, and then we'll get what we need.
And it's not that the Democrats have done anything to earn this either. They have fucking failed upwards here,
right?
With this negotiation for a deal because Trump has been obstinate and petulant about it, and the Republicans realize that between this and the SAVE Act, that they've got 2 failing policies that are going on right now, and they need a relief valve for one of them.
Trump is too stubborn. He passed his cognitive test. He doesn't have to change his mind. Even when the evidence is against him.
Schumer and the Democrats didn't do anything to earn this trap that they have the Republicans in. They've just fucking stumbled into it because at every point Schumer has given up any leverage he's ever had.
It's like he doesn't understand what the word means. He's like, leverage. I have the most leverage. Yes, you have the most leverage right now. Okay, I give up. No, Charles. You did not understand what I said at all.
We'll write him a strongly worded letter.
No, Charles, this is not how you use your leverage. It is not to bounce emails off of a CC.
Wait, here, I'll do it. We have to wait until Trump's poll numbers go down enough where we can really squeeze him.
No, that's fucking what's his face? James Carville.
Oh yeah, that was Carville.
That was James Carville. Was like, no, you just gotta wait for his approval rating to get around 37%, and then you'll be good to go. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the country's burning, dumbass. Why would you let it get that bad on purpose?
Apparently they were unionized, but the Department of Homeland Security ended collective bargaining rights for TSA officers.
Perfect.
Great. That's great. This
so
country,
they don't even have, oh my God, they're all going to quit. Why would they all not just quit? There's no point in staying now.
I don't know why any of them show up to work at all. I don't know. I wouldn't.
I
would be one of the 15% of them and be like, oh, I guess I'm sick today. I'm not getting paid.
No, TSA workers, let this shit shut down.
Yeah.
Make motherfuckers drive.
I forget who asked the question, but we're like, do you just want the system to break? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Because
it needs to break.
I think that's what needs to happen for Trump to realize that he's really fucked up here.
But this is a perfect allegory for Iran. The situation dictates that you do X, Y, and Z. Well, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Sir, that's not going to work. well, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3 a whole bunch of times until it works. All right. That's not how this gets solved. We're just going to fucking just waste a bunch of time then, I guess, because he just won't do what the intelligent thing to do is, because he's either A, too stupid, or B, too stubborn, or C, both.
Yeah. And
he can't figure out that he needs to fucking give up on this.
And I think that this little quote above us here proves that he's both. Because he apparently had a conversation with Senator Kelly. You remember him? He hates caramel macchiatos.
Carousel, Ralph Macchio.
And he went to the president and said that we have an offer from the Democrats we'd like to accept. And Mr. Trump said no. But Mr. Kennedy said it would have worked and we could have had TSA paid by the end of the week. But the president said no deal.
Stupido.
So not only did Senator Thune, who's the majority leader, come up to Trump and say we need a deal, Senator Kennedy's done it. Mike Johnson has tried to do it. Several Republicans have gone to the president and said, we need to make a deal with the Democrats to reopen the TSA so the airport lines aren't 5 hours long.
And my wife was like, I thought Congress was a separate and equal branch of government. I was like, they used to be.
They gave all that up.
They just refused to exert their congressional power.
They gave all that up.
ICE agents there are only escalating the situation, and this
What?
is why
They never
yesterday
do that.
Republicans
What?
met again.
ICE
and they
agents
feel
never
like there may
escalate
be some
anything.
progress made.
They're
They know
pathetic.
this
They
is a
are
problem,
effing
and it's only going to get
pathetic.
worse at the nation's airports. And we're seeing lines of hours
Down,
long,
Rudy.
whether it's Atlanta or Austin, LaGuardia. The list goes on as spring break continues to heat up. And
Right.
Easter holidays
if only
is
we
around the
just said
corner.
that.
So they
I
know
know.
that they need to get this done, and they need to get done before the recess.
Well, I think what's happening at the nation's airport.
They're going to go on recess. When are they going on recess?
Dude, if they go on recess
Yeah.
without a fucking deal, the TSA is there. It's going to be 15% still showing up. But hey, no, Tim, we're too young. We're too naive. We're too stupid.
Hold on. All right. I brought up the congressional calendar. When the fuck do these chuckle fucks go on recess?
It's been a hard 2 months of work.
I
We need to go back
know.
on break.
All right. So it is March. Oh my God. They're going on recess on Friday for 2 weeks.
Hope y'all bought your tickets already.
Both houses of Congress will be out of session from March 28th all the way until April 13th.
It's spring break, baby.
Wow.
They need a recess.
Wow.
They've been working hard all 87 days they worked last year.
That is, look at their calendar. Look at how few days they fucking work.
I mean, it's which color is which?
Here we
There
go.
was.
So the pink color is House in session only. The red color is House and Senate are in session, and the blue, the light blue is Senate only. Man, the House takes all of August off except for the 31st.
So the House is going to be gone. So Friday, red is both?
Red is both, yeah.
That's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame is what that is. They don't work at all. And each one of those senators are getting 170K.
Yeah.
To fucking
Yeah.
show up for what, 100 days this year?
And I don't, maybe
If
100
that.
days.
Unreal.
That's crazy. They don't work in the month of October at all. They don't work in the month of August at all.
They got a campaign.
They get half of April off. Look at this.
A whole week in July.
The whole week in July. 2 weeks, really. The Senate's not in session for 2 weeks in July.
Look at all these Fridays they got off.
Yeah, man. Look at all these days they take off. I wish
No,
I got vacation days like
I'm
that.
about to say,
instead of
y'all let
days.
me know if your work schedule looks like that, where you can just take weeks and months off at a fucking time and still get fucking paid every fucking 2 weeks.
Damn, man. Damn.
Is sort of a metaphor for what's happening across the country with things falling apart and this president owning the problem. I don't think this is owning me or liberals in any
I
way.
hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah,
Own
me too.
In the biggest way. If you look at the nation's airports, that's a freaking mess. There's a huge piece in the
Ooh, strong language.
transportation
Language me.
air system just breaking
Breaking.
down from all the reasons the president has put on the table. You go to the airport now and you see ICE agents, you're reminded of the ICE disaster across the country with these idiots slipping in the streets, phones and guns, at times people getting killed and getting hurt and people being ripped out of their homes, some of them American citizens. Doesn't matter, they all have rights. And now
Real
people
quick,
are
so my
reminded
question
after they
is,
go to the airport.
why didn't, when like Black Lives Matter was running around and they're like, yo, these fucking cops keep shooting people who are unarmed, they're just having an ego, like these cops are having an ego trip and just blasting people.
Right.
Shut up, Blackie, no one wants to hear what you got to say. It's like, what the fuck, yo. Okay, so now, because now that ICE is doing it, now it's bad. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And deal with this, and they've got these guys walking around for the first time ever not wearing masks, and I don't think they're comfortable with it either.
Well, by the way, I say this doesn't appear to be a spring picnic for a lot of these ICE agents as well.
No, I just said that.
Who don't want to be in there.
No.
This is a genuinely bad idea for everybody involved there, because, you have some professional ICE agents and you've got some very unprofessional ICE agents, and, you get pictures of guys with guns like here and there looking at
And still
phones
long lines.
in airports. The lines are very long. But this
What,
is
you
like,
think they were
remember
pilots?
the Reese's peanut butter cup?
What do you think? They knew how to run those X-ray machines?
They don't know shit. They fucking couldn't pass a background check, couldn't pass a piss test, cognitive test, driving test. Like, these dudes are not, I don't know why sending them there was going to be helpful at all.
Like there are probably several different government agencies that could have been more useful than ICE.
I mean, get the ditch diggers, put them in the TSA. They'd be better than the fucking ICE agents.
Right, exactly. These
At
guys,
least, at least those guys can pass a fucking drug test, unlike ICE.
they have more than 2 weeks of training.
Right.
They go great together. You got chocolate, my peanut butter, you got peanut butter. This is two
Fucking Joe
horrible
Scarborough, man.
political stories that are bound together
Just make it bigger
by
and more
Republicans,
visual.
where you have long lines at airport, and then you have ICE, which is the personification of the Republican Party's meltdown on mass deportation and immigration, Willie. And I can't even believe it. Republicans are putting those two stories together in a visual where you can just take a picture of chaos in America's airports and ICE. And Democrats are like, what did we do to deserve this? We don't deserve good things.
Can you pause real quick?
But
I like how indignant Joe is. Hey, Joe, remember when you went down to Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, right.
You and the wife there. Remember I went to Mar-a-Lago just to make sure that there was like open lines of communication. And we were like, you're fucking crazy for going down there to Nazi land to hang out with the Nazis. And they're like,
yeah.
Why doesn't everybody understand?
You
You should understand.
We just want the president to come on our show.
He ain't coming on your damn show.
He ain't coming on your show. You work for fucking the enemy for him.
You are fake news.
Anyway, Joe's making the point that I just made, that the Democrats don't deserve this as a win.
Right.
What else you got, Mikey?
Oh. What else you got, Mikey? What is this? Oh. I had another AI story. Where did it go? All right. This is 32 minutes, but we're going to go to different parts. Oh, wait. Hey, remember Lindsay?
Which one?
She used to do that show with Dutch.
Yeah.
She's back.
It's in the bathroom stall with you, sitting on your lap, checking your genitalia. All because about, 700 trans people exist in the state of Idaho, and they have to pee regularly. If a trans person uses their preferred bathroom one time, one time, they can go to prison for up to a year. And this isn't just a you're asked to leave situation. If they're in the bathroom, they will be arrested and charged. If they use their preferred bathroom 2 times within 5 years, that's a felony and they can go to jail for 5 years. You know what's really fun about this? In Idaho, our budget is chopped. I'm talking cuts to healthcare, cuts to education, our infrastructure failing, our roads not good. And what are our legislators focusing on? People using the bathroom that is safe for them.
Oh, it got cut off.
It did get cut off.
Lindsay's over there and there we go. Come on.
Well, Idaho's about to have the most strict. Idaho, our budget is chopped. I'm talking cuts to healthcare, cuts to education, our infrastructure failing, our roads not good.
What the hell do you guys need roads for? There's no one peeing in the stall. That's what's important. The pee in the stall.
And what are our legislators focusing on? People using the bathroom that is safe for them, the bathroom that is statistically safe for everyone. And what I found is that year after year, legislative session after legislative session, we are paying these assholes to ignore very real, very serious issues in our state. Governing is not happening. Statesmanship is surely not happening at the Idaho Capitol. No. All we're doing is paying these assholes to torment our friends and our neighbors. I don't know. Call your senator. Maybe they'll listen to reason. Maybe they'll decide to pull their head out of their ass and vote for reason. You know what? If this is the law, then I say we call the police on every Republican we see in any restroom at any time. Because you know what? I don't know what's going on below their belt. I can guess, but I can't be sure.
I can tell you right now, nothing much. Nothing impressive, that's for sure.
And so all I can do is be a good citizen and call the police on every Republican I see, because this is a huge problem. This is a really big problem. It's a safety issue. I feel scared when I'm in bathrooms with Republicans, and I'm not.
I need more white girls to be out there flexing those white girl tears appropriately. I'm gonna need more white women to do this.
Certain that they're cisgender, so maybe we should have the police check and find out.
Shout out to Lindsay. If this ever gets back to her, we miss you. This comes in from Gina. The president is too illiterate to understand this propaganda video that Iran just released, but it's terrifying. I don't know if I can restart this. How do I restart this? Refresh the page? Yeah, that worked. I don't support AI, but it's mocking Trump. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He'll be Washington, D.C. Oh no. Oh my God. Yo, Iran is fucking on some other shit right now. What the fuck, Iran? They gave the Statue of Liberty. Okay, shut up. A fucking goat's head. Because we're the great Satan.
One angry pagan asks, Mikey Tim, what snakes do y'all get in your areas, if any?
I get cottonmouths, I get copperheads, I get rat snakes, I get garter snakes.
Yeah, I mostly get garter snakes. I haven't seen too many other kinds of snakes. I think garter snakes and rat snakes is most of what we got.
Yeah.
They're all
It's
tiny.
cold here.
Yeah, they're tiny snakes and they mostly just hang out looking for little critters.
Yo, Iran is putting out fucking AI hit pieces on our government. And we don't have a response. Like this is, and then Trump puts out his AI video and he's shitting on us. Like, God damn it. But I'm glad you sent that over, Gina, because let's talk more about AI, shall we? We talked yesterday how there were some court cases that didn't go in their favor, and Sora is no longer going to be making video content, thank fucking God, because of all the fucking copyright infringement and CSAM that they've been making. But our two favorite people.
About an enormously important issue. Let me start off by saying that in my view, and in the view of people who know a lot more about this issue than I do, we are at the beginning of the most...
Well said, Bernie. Let's hear from AOC.
York.
Oh, poor Bernie.
Andrea Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you. The girls are fighting, aren't they?
Thank you, Senator. First and foremost, I want to take a moment to express my
Everyone calm down, okay? She has something serious to talk about. Stop oogling over her. Jesus, you guys are disgusting.
Gratitude to Senator Sanders for bringing us together today to introduce this critical legislation. Within just a matter of short years, AI has become often forcibly integrated into many aspects of American existence, into our doctor's offices, our government, and oftentimes to the detriment of working people. Last year alone, AI was responsible for over 54,000 layoffs nationwide.
No, it's not going to replace jobs. Those people are going to get free checks from the tech billionaires because they got displaced. That's what they said.
It'll be tech-based UBI.
Yep.
And when we talk about those jobs, it's not just a number. These are industries, these are communities, these are families. You know, just a few short years ago, Sam Altman came before Congress. And in a direct plea, he begged us to regulate this industry. He said that these tools were under no circumstances ready, nor should they be integrated into weapons of war. That we must impose severe regulations immediately to prevent mass layoffs and to ensure that any productivity that comes of this industry can benefit working people. 3 short years later, none of that has happened. And in fact, in many cases, the opposite has happened.
Perfect.
I'll start with another quote from Sam Altman, who said 10 years ago, AI will probably lead to the end of the world. But in the meantime, there will be great companies created with serious machine learning. While I'm happy that Mr. Altman is responsible on his end of the deal, you know, he has his responsibilities on the company side. Our responsibility is to take care of people. And that is what we're here to do today. Unfortunately, the leaders of this industry have repeated time and time again that they view working people as an endless, untapped market to be manipulated and exploited. That they would sell our country out if it meant that they could turn a profit. And it is no surprise that in the 4 years since ChatGPT was released, we have seen AI deployed at a massive scale to create Big Brother-like surveillance.
Great.
Every day, Americans are seeing videos of ICE agents waving phones into crowds, threatening that if they use their First Amendment rights, U.S. citizens using their First Amendment rights, that they will be added to some vague database that the American people have not consented to nor are knowledgeable about. Companies like Palantir are mining endlessly the data and privacy of the American people.
Everyone's
Keeping
favorite.
track of everything that they say and do, and sending it all to a militarized and centralized government.
So me and Tim have been cooked for years. That's why we're not afraid anymore. We're already cooked.
When you take the subway, when you share a TikTok, when you talk to your Alexa at home, they are...
Hell no, I don't talk to that Alexa Echo Dot. Put that bitch in the fucking garage so it can't listen to my house all fucking day. And it's unplugged. When I'm washing the car, then I plug it in. And only then.
Alexa and I have arguments.
You better turn that shit off.
Collecting your data and figuring out new ways to weaponize it. And now they are using AI tools to automate this so that it is not only pervasive, but that it is effortless. We must sound the alarm now. And because of this surveillance of the American people is not going to stop, we must stop it. All of this harm has occurred not in spite of.
Oh, I see the thing that you posted there, Chris. I follow the civil rights lawyer already, so I did see this. I'll just pop up the thing real quick. So cops are using AI to target suspects. So here's the suspect on the left. Oh, let me move us out of the way. Here's the suspect on the left. And then here's poor Angela on the right. Well, the AI decided that it was Angela who did it. So they give.
That's unfortunate.
So the AI gives her location, her workplace, where, you know, if her car has passed any cameras or anything like that, and then they can go and pick you up for the crime that you obviously committed. Because, I mean, look at that person on the left. That's clearly fucking her, even though the person on the left is about 20 years younger, doesn't wear glasses, and the only thing that really kind of ties them together is their hair is a similar color, and they're both up in a messy bun. You know, that rare, hard to learn hair technique of a messy bun.
I wish I had a messy bun.
Because of the absence of federal legislation to regulate AI. This is not my first bill around AI, and I can tell you that it is extremely discouraging to see how even the most minute efforts to protect people at some of the smallest and most basic level, like trying to prevent AI-generated child pornography, is still combated, oftentimes by many people here on the Hill and throughout industry. In this story, currently, the story of AI is a story of corruption. It is fueled and funded by the same multi-billion-dollar corporations lobbying politicians to sit back and do nothing while they harm our communities. In fact, one of the largest explosions of super PAC and outside funding is by the AI industry. And for years, Congress has enabled this permission structure, a permission structure that allows billionaires like Sam Altman, Elon Musk, and Peter Thiel to be trusted to regulate themselves under the guise of, quote, American innovation. And what are they asking for?
Tim, take over.
Okay. Oh no. Why am I in charge? Well, I guess we'll take a quick look at the old stock market. Remove. Add. Haha. Stock market. There we go. Hey, what's the price of oil today? $94. 92 cents for that light sweet crude. Boy, it's been quite a month. Let's try gasoline. Man, gasoline keeps going up, man. That's fucking crazy. I guess it's not up as much as it was, but $3.14 a gallon before taxes is pretty fucking crazy. Let's see. I got a video here. Oh, hey.
Debts that homeowners thought were forgiven or satisfied.
Let's try that again.
That homeowners thought were forgiven or satisfied long ago, only to learn that they still exist and that they could cost them their homes. Economics correspondent Paul Solman and producer Diane Lincoln Estes have our look at these back from the dead debts. This story is a partnership with Retro Report, which is a documentary news group that
Lord have mercy.
Major events of the past to understand their relevance today.
Single dead. Hey, Mikey, you know what a zombie mortgage is?
What's that?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
Terrence Harden bought this home in Bowie, Maryland 20 years ago.
4-bedroom house, single family, nice yard, very friendly neighbors.
Harden took out a $316,000 mortgage for the purchase, a $35,000 second mortgage soon after.
So I had a mortgage and a second mortgage after owning the property for a year.
But then the housing bubble burst. Home prices plunged.
We all remember 2008 to 2011 when the housing market collapsed and was bad for a long time.
Well, that's apparently when I was supposed to buy my first house when I was
yes,
24.
You got to buy the dip.
Yeah, I was supposed to purchase. I was supposed to just pull out my $50,000 in cash.
Yeah,
because I was making $11 an hour back then. I was supposed to just pull that money out and just pay.
Yeah, man. I was talking to a friend of mine about like how much minimum wage was back then. And I was like, yeah, I was making like $10 an hour, I think.
Yep.
It was rough. Rough times.
Well, everything was cheap back then. And we didn't fucking complain about everything. Like a certain generation thinks they've always had it the worst. When I finally got my own car, it was the first time gas went over $2.
Me too.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? I got a van. I had to carry the band's equipment around, so...
My first car didn't make it too far, but the second car I had a V6 in it, and yeah, it was not good on gas.
Yeah, my van had a V6.
And that was during the when we were having like $4 a gallon gasoline.
Yeah, like it cracked 2 and then it went all the way up to like 4 something. That
Yeah.
was when we were first having the issues with Venezuela.
Yeah.
And the Citgo issue, and then the BP spill.
Yeah.
All kinds of oil shit going on.
Harden, like millions of Americans, owed more than his house was worth. So he was vastly relieved to get a loan modification through a government program.
The payment is very much reasonable. There is no second mortgage, and I'm able to breathe.
For the next 8 years, Harden paid his mortgage. By September 2023, he had built almost $200,000 in equity. Then his neighbor called.
There was some service that was taking stuff out of my home in trash bags and plastic bags and putting it on the lawn.
Oh
and
my
at which point I
God.
like raced home from work in order to try to find out what was going on. I was informed by the sheriff's department that I had 4 hours to collect my belongings.
Harden was being evicted from his home.
Furniture, dishes, medications, foods.
Medications?
All that shit's coming out of that crib. They got to put their new fucking renters in there.
Jesus.
Toys, pictures, just all shoved in a black bag and strewn across the front yard.
Daughter Olivia was then 14. How did you react?
I just saw all of my belongings.
She got asked that question by the world's oldest man.
Bag and strewn
Joe Biden?
across the front yard.
Daughter Olivia was then 14.
That man, ooh, don't put that man in the cold. He might break.
He'll break the cold.
Did you react?
I just saw all of my belongings on the front lawn in black
my
bags. And I was
God.
just so, I was just in shock.
So what happened? Kind of like a zombie in a horror film. That second mortgage Harden believed
Night of the Living Dead was a good movie.
to have been modified and rolled in with his first all those years ago had risen from the dead.
A zombie
That's crazy.
mortgage is a mortgage that the borrowers thought was dead because of inactivity by the lender for so many years. And then out of the blue recently is risen from the dead, so to speak, to claim its pound of flesh.
See, the banks are always fucking scheming.
Always. Bank on them scheming you.
Damn, man. They were like, oh, loan modification. You don't have to pay off because it's worth more than your house and blah, blah, blah. And like, you don't need this. And fuck, man. Oh, by the way, there's a clause in here that says when you do have equity, it's fucking ours.
Yeah, thanks for the $200,000. Give us our house back.
Fuck.
Foreclosure attorney
outta
Andy
here.
Engel explains that second mortgages were worth so little in the wake of the housing collapse that lenders simply didn't bother to collect on them.
However, they did bundle these mortgages up and sell them on the secondary market, often for pennies.
Yo, this is part of the credit default swap shit.
Yup.
Fuck, man. The banks really fucked people over.
Like, what the hell are people supposed to fucking do? Oh my God.
He's on the dollar.
The judge in New York used to talk about these loans are passed around like a whiskey bottle at a frat party.
Homeowner advocate Beth Jacobson.
That's what these second mortgages. They would be packaged and repackaged and repackaged and sold.
And the people who bought those loans then just sat and waited. And they were waiting for market values to come back on the real estate to make those mortgages actually have value again.
Post-COVID-19 pandemic, that's just what happened across the country as property values soared.
And all of a sudden, those dead mortgages that had no value at all now have value, and the owners of those mortgages are filing foreclosure cases.
Holy shit, bro. How are you supposed to win?
It's a scam. They just took this dude's money. That's all it is. There's no, oh, he should have done that. No, they just took his shit.
Yeah, man. That's a grift. We call that a
robbery.
Grift.
That is theft.
Dude.
That is theft.
So we're saying this dude got a modification for his mortgage because the mortgage value is more than the value of his house, and the lender was like, listen, we'll cut you a break here.
Right.
And
refinance
and all that shit. And we know you're in troubled times or whatever. 20 years later,
they just got his shit out there on the fucking in the grass in garbage bags. His kid shit in garbage bags.
Holy shit.
You know, you've been paying on your house 20 fucking years and now you're fucking homeless.
Oh, the value of your house doubled because of the COVID pandemic? Oh, we're filing foreclosure notice on your house.
Now we're going to take that. We'll take that now. Unbelievable. Fucking thief.
Homeowner Terrence Harden says he was blindsided.
I got nothing from these people. I've got nothing from them. I did not find out until the day I was removed from my home that there was even a second mortgage.
I took it down by accident.
Zombie second.
They were doing that to people during the housing bubble pop. They were just like, oh, you don't have a house anymore. You got a week to get your shit out. Yeah, it's the bank's house now. Come back 20 years later and do it again.
Is coming back to collect on a mortgage that you may have taken out 20 years ago and forgot about. They're adding interest every single day.
Wow.
Even though they didn't send mortgage statements out.
According to
Like
Bloomberg
that should
News,
be part
more than 600,000.
that should be part of the law. Like if you're not, I thought it was like if you're not notifying people of what you're charging them, then how are they responsible for it?
Yeah, this is why the bank system and the mortgage system needed serious reform, and apparently still fucking does.
Oh yeah.
This is crazy.
Letting private equity own property should be illegal.
Oh yeah, and apparently the president stopped that. He said that he stopped that. Did you hear that, Mikey?
Yeah, because they're all fucking purchased already. Yeah, good fucking job. Fucking 17 years too late. Like, what are we talking about?
You know, the president doesn't have legal authority to do that, right?
Right.
Because we live in a capitalist society where that's sort of unregulated. So they'd have to pass a law. The president can't just say, "Oh, by the way, private equity, stop buying houses." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He can't just do that. It's not a thing that happens. He can say whatever he wants, but he's only in charge of the executive branch. He's not in charge of making laws. He can write an executive order and do all these little fucking things, and that's it. That's all that happens. He's not making the laws. He can't do that. He can tell his CEO friends, "Hey guys, maybe you should stop doing this for a while. Like, give me a break." Well, he can say whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants, except he can't make it reality. He can pretend that he told all these private equity CEOs to stop buying houses, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I would never do that, but my shell corporation would.
Exactly.
Where's the teeth in the prosecutorial hammer behind the statement. There isn't one. But you know who did have a plan for this? Lena Khan.
Yeah.
And they got rid of her.
Liquor Store says that zombie mortgages have been around since 2004. Doesn't make them right.
Right.
Second mortgages issued before the financial crisis could come back to life.
This problem.
Jerry and Sharon Lamerno took out a $30,000 second mortgage on their Madison, Ohio home back in 2006. They thought it was discharged in bankruptcy a few years later.
That's why you need a good bankruptcy lawyer. If you don't have a good bankruptcy lawyer, if you file for bankruptcy, you fucked, because they'll fuck you every way. There are certain things that are not dischargeable in bankruptcy.
For 15 years, we had just assumed that the debt had been wiped away.
Then, in October 2024, Jerry got a phone call.
Jerome, good morning. It's Isaac with SMS Financial.
And he says, well, we have an outstanding debt of roughly $75,000, $80,000 with interest that hasn't been paid on this since roughly 2008, 2009. And we need to know what you're willing to pay in order to bring your account current.
Then came the calls from house hunters looking for a bargain.
I'm not blaming Trump for it. I'm blaming the banks for it. Trump's a useless idiot in this case. He doesn't know what he's doing. The banks are the problem. The bankers are the problem. The lenders are the problem for being schemy and grifty and unregulated. Trump ain't got nothing to do with this.
This guy says, hi, I'm so-and-so. He goes, I was wondering if you're interested in selling your house. And I said, no, why would I want to sell my house? And he goes, well, because there's a lien on it and you're in foreclosure. And I was stunned.
Okay, so this is the document.
Engel, the Lamerno's lawyer, says there's no proof SMS Financial actually owns the second mortgage in question.
And there's a further issue of whether SMS Financial can charge interest during a time period when it did not issue monthly statements. And that is a federal law requirement.
Neither SMS Financial nor their lawyers responded to requests for interviews.
I wonder why.
But in public notices,
I wonder why they didn't respond to interviews. Because they're fucking scamming people.
the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau warned
the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which Trump did gut,
that federal laws generally require debt collectors to provide homeowners with periodic statements. Moreover, it said, it's illegal for debt collectors to sue to collect debts past the statute of limitations. The Bureau had been investigating zombie debt collectors, but its work was essentially shut down last February by the Trump administration.
Oh, man. Okay, I take it back what I said about Trump. He's at fault. It's his fault now. He did it.
We're trying to stand up for these consumers since nobody else is.
Lawyer Christy Kelly has filed numerous individual and class action lawsuits against zombie mortgage collectors.
For most of the loans that I see, they are being assessed retroactive interest for every single month for 10, 15 years for times where they did not receive statements or were explicitly told or provided communications stating that interest wouldn't be charged for that time frame.
In one class action settlement, zombie debt collector Dyke O'Neill canceled the retroactive.
Yo, that's a crazy way to spell Dyke O'Neill. Jesus.
Interest it had charged Kelly's client.
We learned through discovery that his loan was purchased for approximately 87 cents. And prior to coming to me,
this person's loan, which was probably, if they're talking about secondary mortgages, probably like what, $20,000, $30,000, purchased for 87 cents. So the person who owns it could fucking come back one day and collect 15 years later.
Jesus.
So Mikey, while you were gone, let's see. Liquor Store said that I was blaming Trump, and I wasn't necessarily blaming Trump for the mortgage thing. It's not his fault. He has nothing to do with it. But then I found out this.
Provide homeowners with periodic statements. Moreover, it said, it's illegal for debt collectors to sue to collect debts past the statute of limitations. The Bureau had been investigating zombie debt collectors, but its work was essentially
Hold on.
shut down last February
Isn't it
by the
funny
Trump.
how the CFPB comes up and I literally just got done talking about Lena Khan? I guess we're too young to understand what's going on, and that person's also under 40. But hey,
Right.
what do we know?
So I take back what I said, liquor store. It is Trump's fault that this is happening to people because they were under investigation by the CFPB, and then Trump gutted the organization.
Administration.
We're trying to stand
No,
up
it's
for
all a
these
fucking
consumers
conspiracy
since
because
nobody
Trump's
else
the most
is.
important fucking boy on the planet. Yeah, okay. Fucking get
Lawyer
over
Christy
yourself.
Kelly has filed numerous individual and class action lawsuits against zombie mortgage collectors.
For most of the loans that I see, they are being assessed retroactive interest for every single month for 10, 15 years for times where they did not receive statements or were explicitly told or provided communications stating that interest wouldn't be charged for that time frame.
In one class action settlement, zombie debt collector Dyke O'Neill
That's a crazy way to spell that name.
canceled the retroactive interest it had charged Kelly's client.
We learned through discovery that his loan was purchased for approximately 87 cents. And prior to coming to me, he was told he had to pay $170,000 or they were going to foreclose on his loan.
Now, a few states have passed laws to crack down on deceptive.
Oh, hey, Connecticut's one of them.
God damn it.
Yes.
Illinois, get your shit together.
Connecticut, Ohio, and Florida. That's a weird mix of states.
Practices,
not on there.
including
I said California.
You said Florida.
Oh, I meant California.
Yeah.
Virginia, where Kelly's based.
We were able to pass legislation that required these zombie second mortgage holders to certify in an affidavit before you take someone's home for all time periods where you're assessing interest that statements were sent.
This is the
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right.
Oh, keep pressing play.
One man's toxic assets are another.
This is the Passive Income Attorney Podcast.
But for debt collectors, these zombie loans are great investment opportunities.
One man's toxic assets are another man's treasure.
James Mafuccio co-founded Aspen Funds, which
Fuck
buys
you.
second mortgage.
Oh, fuck this guy. Super hard.
It says Mafuccio is a 30-year real estate veteran and an expert in mortgage rates. He is a secondary mortgage industry and responsible for the acquisition and underwriting as
including
just glossing himself
Yeah.
from his own website, glazing his own fucking shit.
He got a degree in civil engineering from Louisiana State University. Oh.
Known for their great civic engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Hardens.
We like to see the homeowners making the payment on the first. So now we know we've got a property that somebody's taken care of for the most part. They're living in it and they're paying down the first mortgage. So our position's actually getting stronger as they continue to pay down that first mortgage.
Mafuccio has described his investment strategy on multiple podcasts, but didn't respond to our interview requests.
Because you're a fucking scammer piece of shit. And he's gonna be walking around with personal security. He's gonna be moving his ass to a bunker now that he's got fucking exposed.
Yeah.
Like that's what all these motherfuckers are doing. And for everyone who fucking stands for these people and for the older generation, anyone who blindly supports and will never see that these people do anything wrong, wait until it's your fucking family member and they're fucking living in your basement or they're living in your fucking garage. Wait till it's your fucking family.
Is this guy along the same lines as that Paul Bet David guy?
Oh, Patrick Bet David.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a scammer, like pyramid scheme scammer. This guy is just a leech on fucking society. Like, this is why motherfuckers should be capped at how much money they get, because as soon as they get to like a certain level of money, they just endeavor to do bullshit like this.
Yeah.
Where they don't have to fucking do anything and they can just take people's fucking houses from them.
Like, this guy does not care about the harm he's doing to other people.
That's all right. He gonna learn.
Because he's buying up these mortgages at cents on the dollar, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, they're paying down their first mortgage, and then we're just gonna slam them with $100,000 fucking payment that they never saw coming.
If we buy $1 million worth of these non-performing second mortgages, we are going to receive back 2.2 to 2.5 million. It's just been consistently good for us.
Good for them, not so good for the homeowner.
We can reach out to the borrower. Usually they're in denial and they'll say, we don't really owe that. We thought that got charged off, whatever, you know. And so we'll start the foreclosure process. And it's really just an incentive tool because we do not like to foreclose on people.
And of course, people don't like to be foreclosed on.
You get a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. That fear is what motivates people to take actions. Pay off the loan, do anything to avoid this. I personally believe the buyers of these debts are banking on that drastic reaction of initial fear and trying to avoid losing the house.
Unfortunately for Terrence and Olivia Harden, their home was sold in foreclosure before they knew what was happening.
And the way Maryland works is that if you as the homeowner don't file a motion in the court, you never see the light of day of a court. It was just pushed through.
Mafuccio's investment fund sold the Hardens' home to itself, paid the balance on the first mortgage, then resold the home with.
That's fucking crazy.
It's fucking, and this is the shit that every normal fucking millennial has to fucking compete with. These dickhead asshole motherfuckers screwing people out of their house just to put it back on the market. So what do you pay 87 cents for that fucking house? And I was going to sell it for $400,000.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck this dude.
Yeah.
This is like, this should be prison fucking time.
Yeah. You should go to jail for shit like this.
This is a fucking scam, brother. And it's fucked up the whole entire market.
So he spent less than $1 to buy the secondary mortgage, waited for it to accrue enough interest where he could harass the homeowner with it, sell his house out from under him,
and then sells it to himself.
And then puts it on the market for whatever he thinks he can get for it.
Be fucking believable.
And we're the ones who are crybabies about our generation getting fucked over.
Like, that's not a fucking legitimate business. I don't care whose fucking side of the fence you're on. That's not a business. To do this to people is not a business. It is predatory. It is grift.
Yeah, it should be illegal. It's a scam.
It's theft.
The likely profit of over $100,000.
All of the equity that I built in my house was stolen.
Yes.
Right out from under us.
That's crazy.
And there's nothing I can do about that at this point.
Basically,
Terrence Harden now rents an apartment not far from his old house, so his daughter Olivia can go to the same school.
The home was going to be a source of monies for tuition fees, and that is gone. It's no longer I can rely on that. So it's almost like starting all over again.
I pray every single day that this foreclosure will go away and that Sharon and I will be able to stay in this house.
The Lamernos are fighting debt collector SMS Financial in court.
We're really not in a position to be able to pay $75,000, $80,000 on a $30,000 second mortgage from 2006 that hasn't been enforced for over 15 years.
And as of January, they began mediation negotiations with SMS Financial. For the PBS NewsHour, Paul Salman.
So there you go, Mikey. Just another way that people get fucked out of their houses in this country.
Jeez. She was throwing her fucking cereal all over the fucking room, and the dog is full of fucking kicks. So I had to address that.
Now, endless
Capitalism
energy.
bad.
Capitalism fucking bad.
These companies are now so desperate to profit off of the AI boom that they are racing to construct thousands of giant AI data centers and jacking up the utility costs of everyday Americans to pay for it. These data centers power thousands of high-intensity computer chips that are processing at all times and require massive amounts of energy to operate. Just one hyperscale data center consumes the same amount of energy in 1 second as 100,000 households.
Cool.
Because of the massive
That's
amounts
awesome.
Let's just spread those all over the fucking countryside. Like, I'm just getting so fucking fed up with these stingy, dumb fucks ruining this place.
And also our power grid is already overtaxed in the summers
from all the AC units.
Like, you're going to start seeing blackouts,
rolling blackouts and brownouts. And all for what? So these motherfuckers can make more fucking AOC CSAM? You know what I mean? So they can fucking just make a bunch of fucking pictures. And I'm sorry for everybody who out there who just keeps fucking thinking that using AI in your business or whatever is this harmless fucking thing. It is not. Just because you do not see the fucking consequences of it does not mean that those consequences do not exist. Starve the fucking algorithm. Don't give them anything.
and it's fucking crazy that all these Republicans are like, oh, AI is fine or whatever, but whenever it came to should we update our power grid, hey guys, our power grid was built 50 years ago, it needs to be updated. We need more high tension power lines. We need a better way to secure our power lines. We need ways that don't cause fucking blackouts and don't put these utility companies in charge of maintenance, because when you leave the utility companies in charge of maintenance, they'll do as little as humanly possible.
I mean, like we left the fucking the train operator, the railroad companies, we left them in charge of their own fucking security, and we had some of the fucking worst derailments we've ever seen. East Palestine is still fucked up.
Yeah,
from the chemicals that got launched in the air.
And we make fun of Texas all the time for this, but the Texas power grid went fucking down when it got too cold outside.
Yep.
Because it's privatized and no one bothered to maintain it. They had a nuclear power plant that wasn't generating power because it was too cold outside. The Soviets built better power plants.
Until it didn't.
Until it didn't. But the point remains, we don't put any money into the infrastructure of this country.
As if we don't fucking need it. As if that's something that we can just ignore. It's like ignoring the fucking dishes in your sink until the sink is breathing. It has its own fucking sentience, and you've created some new mold creature that's half metal, half mold.
And this is the thing that government is supposed to be good at: giant public works projects
that run at a loss, but it needs to run at a loss because it's necessary for the sustaining of the society.
We need a giant public works project to rebuild the energy infrastructure of this country. We need one to rebuild the rail infrastructure of this country, and we need one to rebuild the bridges of this country because they're all falling apart.
Yeah, the last time they got built was the last New Deal.
Oh, and we need one to rebuild our fucking pipelines, the water ones. Because people are getting fucking poisoned.
Right. Old ass pipes.
Energy they use, power and water utility companies must build multi-billion-dollar infrastructure to keep up with the demand. And these companies are not paying for their own energy infrastructure.
Nope.
People's energy.
Because these motherfuckers are going into these town hall meetings like we saw before. They're sending in their representatives, and they're having their little private meetings individually, taking them out to lunch, offering them hundreds of thousands of dollars. They vote to bring the shit in, and then they don't give a fuck what happens to the people. It is what it is, I guess. Like, I don't know how big of an exclamation point I can put on this. Stop using AI.
Yeah,
it is going to ruin the earth.
And also it's going to ruin the economy.
Yeah.
It's bad for everyone. It's going to ruin the economy. It's going to ruin the environment. It's going to ruin jobs as we know it, because all these companies are like, oh, we'll just use AI to fucking replace everything that we can possibly replace them for.
I have lost hundreds of dollars of monthly income due to AI.
Yeah. And there are fewer jobs out there because of AI.
All right, we got two things here. Oh, I don't see it now. Maybe it takes a second to get on there. Gina said, "Stop sink shaming me." But a very big. Let's do this one.
Stupid
stupido. You'd have to be a stupido to not have a bin podcast membership. And thank you, Viper Scout 1. And congratulations to Willie Dapper, My Unfinished Sock, Paul Pollard, Jenny, and Lee, who have all been gifted memberships. Thank you so much. And here is a...
We don't like
No, that's not good. Let's see.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
There we go. Something a little
Also, a little reward
you,
for
Allie.
becoming a member. You get a little emoji icon for all the
Oh, yeah.
all the bin doggies.
all you new people, Willie, My Unfinished Sock, Paul, Jenny, Lee. Let's see some puppies there. Let's see the pups in the chat. All you members, let's see some pups in the chat. Por favor. Oh, and Tim, I turned the ads off because I need to find a way to make it so that our members don't get ads. And I think I have to do that through YouTube and not through StreamYard.
I see.
Because I was like, what the fuck? How are our members getting ads? Like, that's bullshit. If you sub, you're supposed to not have ads. That was the whole point.
Yeah, I probably have to go into settings and like change some shit.
Because StreamYard was just going through whatever.
Yeah, StreamYard is just doing whatever the fuck it wants, like usual.
Reckless.
I came into StreamYard today. I was like, oh, by the way, hey, we changed the layout.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you like our
Thanks.
logo? No.
No.
Why are you telling me about it?
Fucking stop it, StreamYard. Leave us alone.
Just be still.
Energy bills around the country are skyrocketing in order to pay for these AI data centers for them.
Check this out.
In the last 5 years, Americans who live near data centers saw their electric bills increase over 267% each month.
I'm sorry, what?
We are talking about an $80 in a monthly increase from $80 a month to $294 a month.
Yo, fuck that.
Because these council people want to sit there and tell these people, no, we'll waive your energy costs. The city will take care of it. No, the fuck it will not.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. You know, in Connecticut, there's a government oversight body on our utilities. It's called PURA, and they have to approve any rate changes that what's the electric company around here? Eversource makes, and Eversource is like, oh, we got to increase the rates. We got to increase the rates because it's too expensive to generate power. They're not even generating the power. They're the intermediary between the people who actually generate the power and me. They send me the bill, but some other fucking company is making the power.
And what I don't understand is how, just like everything else in this fucking administration, it is 100% cart before horse. Every fucking time it is cart before horse.
And you know, their real only job as a utility company is to maintain the power lines and maintain the trees around the power lines so the power lines don't go down. And guess what? They've been sued so many fucking times because they don't maintain the trees or the power lines.
Everything's fucking fast money now.
Working people are already living paycheck to paycheck in some states off of wages as low as $7.25 an hour, another federal minimum wage that Congress also refuses to raise. They simply cannot afford another increase to their monthly bills. And this results in people cutting corners whenever they can to keep the lights on, whether it's skipping meals or rationing their insulin. And while the American people are suffering, big tech continues to demand more data centers, more energy, more.
Tim, you could still afford to do what you needed to do in life at $7.25 an hour. Guess how many hours a week you'd have to work to get to that magic 64,000 median income?
80.
220 hours a week.
Jesus Christ. That's not even possible. That's your whole week. You don't get to sleep.
Data collection.
You'd have to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And I don't understand why everyone's complaining about money when they only have to work 220 hours a week. Just 22 hours a day for 10 days a week.
American jobs replaced by AI, all on the feet of the American people to pay. And across the country, Democrats, Republicans, and independents are standing up. People are standing up to big tech and saying no to these data centers being built in their own communities. More than 100 local communities across 12 states have already enacted local moratoriums on data centers, and Congress itself has a moral obligation to stand with them and stop big tech from ruining their communities. Our legislation in the House and the Senate would hit the brakes on construction of new data centers until we address several of the key areas of harm AI poses.
Ooh.
Our bills learn from our lack of regulation.
To British Pound Super Chat from Allie, 7th live stream. Ooh, baby. Also, thanks for the Super Chat, Allie. We got a question from Gina. What's the prediction for when the AI bubble pops?
I think it's already burst.
Yeah, I think it's already, it's either bursting now or it's on the verge of it, and the tech sector will go down, the financial sector will go down, and then a recession.
Followed quickly by a recession. Tim, what do you think about on like the last half an hour of every show, we just go through an amendment?
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good little civics project.
Do we want to start at the end or start at the beginning?
Ooh, we'll work our way backwards. I like that because everyone always starts with the First Amendment, but God, that's not the most important one, obviously.
All right. Well, you pull up something on the 26th.
The 27th Amendment.
7th, my bad. And then we'll end the show with that today.
That sounds like a good idea.
Regulation
Then
following a
Allie can get her
similar
money's
rise.
worth.
Yes.
Regarding the internet and demands a new approach.
And Allie, you better fucking move over because me and my family are coming. Like, this is some fucking dog shit over here. These motherfuckers are corrupt as fuck, and they have no intentions on stopping the fucking thieves from fleecing the people.
To AI, one that protects the American people from big tech's egregious overreach, one bound by our shared commitment over those who wish to patent it, one that centers prosperity for the many over exorbitant profits for the very few. Thank you.
Thank you, AOC.
Okay, fire away. By the way, we're just going to take questions on AI. Yes, who are you? And
Brian Mesford, this is Insider. One of the most common critiques that comes up when this idea of moratorium is raised is
One of the common things that comes up when it comes to moratoriums
that we're in an AI race with China.
Slowing
Slowing
down
development anyway.
the development can give China an advantage.
Economic,
national
national security.
security.
Critique is raised to you. What do you say to
Critique is
that?
raised to you.
Is that something you're concerned
well, I think the good news
What do you say
here,
to
and
that?
it's not widely known, is there are a number of Chinese scientists who share the same concern that American scientists are worried about. And that is, if we don't get a handle on AI, there are going to be enormous existential consequences. So I think in a sane world, what happens is the leadership of the United States sits down with the leadership in China and leadership around the world to work together so that we don't go over the edge and create a technology which could perhaps destroy humanity. But I would say there are Chinese scientists fairly high up in the government who share those concerns. We've got to immediately, with a sense of urgency, bring those people together. And
So largely what their press conference was talking about was a moratorium on any new data centers going forward for at least 6 months to a year, I think, or until at least we got some regulation in place. But guess what was in that triple B that fucking liquor store loves so fucking much was 10 years, no regulation on AI. I hope that's what you paid for. I hope that's what you voted for, because that's what you're fucking getting. That's what all of us are fucking getting.
Yeah.
Good fucking job, guys. Good
All
fucking
right.
job.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the 27th Amendment of the Constitution.
Boring, Huey.
This one's not as fun as most of the other ones, but you got to start somewhere. The 27th Amendment of the Constitution revolves around congressional compensation. It was originally proposed September 25th, 1789. Oh boy, it took them 200 years. Fuck. And ratified May 7th, 1992.
Back when I was a sprout.
I didn't know that detail. No law varying the compensation for services of senators or representatives shall take effect until an election of representatives shall have intervened. Basically meaning Congress cannot vote on its own pay raise. So if a senator were to, or a House Representatives member were to say, hey, I'm going to write a bill saying that we should make more money.
Great.
And
they'll come in as soon as you're out of here.
Right. They all vote on it. They agree on it. And the president can sign it into law, but it won't take effect until the next Congress. So this is a way to keep Congress from making itself richer through salaries. However, since the re-election rate for Congress is 92%.
Oh, did we find a choke point?
They're all basically voting on their own pay raises anyway. There's a few suckers who don't get that money because they get voted out, but most of them are very safe. I don't know. Most of them are very safe most of the time. I don't know what's going to happen this year. I have no fucking idea. It sounds like it's going to be fucking crazy.
And speaking of fucking crazy, I think they just tried to shove that into the SAVE Act where Congress people couldn't increase their wages or something. I'm like, that's already in the fucking Constitution, you big dumb fucking idiot. Like we literally did that already. It's already on the books. God, you're stupid.
So yeah, the 27th Amendment is about Congress not giving itself a pay raise. Here, we'll do another one because that one's kind of
that was a quickie.
That was a quickie. The 26th Amendment. Hey, this is a pretty important one. The right to vote at age 18, making the voting age 18. This was passed by Congress in 1971, March 1971, ratified July 1st, 1971. The 26th Amendment changes a portion of the 14th Amendment. It says Section 1, the right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on the account of age.
What was it before?
We'll look it up.
Okay.
Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. So we will have to go back to the 14th Amendment. That's a big one. What part of the 14th Amendment? Here we go. Oh, it even highlights it for me. Thank you, website. That is so useful. Before, in Section 2 of the 14th Amendment, it says, legislature hereof is denied to any male inhabitants of a state being 21 years of age and citizens of the United States. So before the 26th Amendment was passed, you had to be 21 to vote.
You can be 17 and a half and get put in NAM, but you had to be 21 to vote.
That is true. So that's a pretty big one. That was passed in the early 70s. And that's kind of, that's an important one for these times because the president and the Republicans are trying to restrict everyone's voting rights with this Save America Act or whatever the fuck they call it. And
which is the Passport to Vote Act.
Right, exactly. And they forget that, like, you're not supposed to abridge people's right to vote. It says it several times throughout the amendments of the Constitution.
No, they weren't talking about us.
Because, I mean, we're going to go back through these, but, like, there were poll taxes. You had to be a certain age. You could only be male. You had to, originally, it was white landowning male.
Right.
So, I think 18, allowing someone who's 18 to vote is one of the last, like, real hurdles when it comes to actually enfranchising the voters.
To truly do that, you got to get rid of the Electoral College.
Yeah, to truly do that, you got to get rid of the Electoral College. And there's a few other amendments in there that, like, really enfranchise voters too, because before a certain amendment, you weren't allowed to vote for senators. They were appointed by states.
Right.
However, the states wanted to do that. But yeah, so the 26th Amendment's an important one for sure, because It gives you at the age of 18 the right to vote, and it says that Congress can't stop that.
Sure they can.
And the states can't stop that.
Well, they'll just make it so you can't register to vote as a college kid because you didn't bring your birth certificate with you.
I would like to propose an automatic registration amendment. I think automatic voter registration is necessary. Then we don't have to play this fucking voter rolls game anymore.
Right.
You're just registered to vote. Once you register, you're registered in perpetuity. You do have to change your address when you move.
For
But that's
districts
it.
and parties.
Right. Because this whole voter roll game is bullshit. And both parties play it.
Yeah, and both of their asses are going to be out on their fucking ear here in about fucking 6 months because this shit is stupid.
Yeah.
Insane. Unsustainable.
We'll do one more for funsies.
Okay.
The 25th Amendment. Hey. This is a favorite.
Hey.
So the 25th Amendment is presidential disability and succession. This was passed by Congress July 6, 1965, ratified February 10th, 1967. It changes a portion of Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution. Section 1, in case of the removal of the president from office or his death or resignation, the vice president shall become president. Apparently that was not clear until February 10th, 1967.
Well, I think they're just referencing that because they want to change the line of succession or whatever. They want to make mention of it. I think that was already the case because what's his face died in office. A couple of people died in office, and then the vice president took over.
Yeah, a few people
right before 65. Like JFK got replaced.
Yep, by Johnson. Was Johnson his vice president?
I think so.
Section 2 of the amendment says, where there is a vacancy in the office of the vice president, the president shall nominate a vice president who shall take office upon confirmation by a majority of both houses of Congress.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Whenever the president transmits to the president pro temp of the Senate, which is not the vice president, it's whoever they nominate to be president pro temp, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives his written declaration that he is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office until he transmits to them a written declaration to the contrary, such powers and duties shall be discharged to the vice president as acting president.
Gross.
So if at some point Trump ever feels that he can't be president for a while, he can tell the Speaker pro temp, I don't know who that is right now, and MAGA Mike that he's not going to be president. No, Thune is the majority leader, but Speaker pro temp is somebody else. They usually get like voted on, like they're kind of like the Speaker of the Senate, but it's a little less official than that.
Oh my God, you do not want to know who it was.
Oh my God,
you do not want to know. You do not want to know who it is.
Who is it?
They're from Iowa.
Is it Iowa?
We watched his town hall meeting.
Oh no! Who's this? Who's the
Chuck
senator?
Grassley?
It's Grassley? Grassley's gonna die at any moment.
He's not only 7,000 years old. He's 92. He was born in fucking 33, dog.
How can he be Speaker pro temp? The dude is ancient.
President pro temp.
President pro temp. How could that is fucking crazy. They picked the wrong person. I thought you were gonna say like Katie Britt or something. I was gonna be like, that's wild.
Fucking Charles E. Grassley.
How can he even run the Senate?
He doesn't. That's the problem when you get these fucking dinosaurs in here.
Dark Lord Greg says they did this on the West Wing. He wrote 2 letters and the Veep just resigned, so the speaker was in. Yeah, I remember those episodes. It was because the president, if the president ever has to go on anesthesia, they have to do this because there's no acting president if the president is under anesthesia. So there was an episode of the West Wing where he did that, and then there was no vice president. So who was the actor playing the Speaker of the House? I think it was John Goodman
Of course.
It
But
it
of
was
course.
it was quite interesting. But yes, that's how that works. Section 4. Whenever the vice president and a majority of either principal officers of the executive departments, the cabinet, or of such other body as Congress may, by law, transmit to the president pro temp of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the president is unable to discharge the powers or duties of his office, the vice president shall immediately assume the powers and duties as acting president. So that says that if the vice president and a majority of the cabinet, or the vice president and Congress, feel that the president is unable to discharge his duties, they can say, hey, get that guy out of here. Ain't never going to happen.
Oh my God.
Hereafter, when the president transmits to the president pro temp of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives his written declaration that no inability exists, he shall resume the powers and duties of his office unless the vice president and a majority of either the cabinet or Congress transmit within 4 days to the president pro temp of the Senate and the Speaker of the House their written declaration that the president is unable to discharge his duties of office. So they can have a letter battle, I guess, saying the president's like, no, I can do it, and they're like, no, he can't do it.
All of this through letters. Chuck Schumer's ready, baby.
I know. Hereupon, Congress shall decide the issue, assembling within 48 hours for the purpose, if not in session, if the Congress within 21 days after receipt of the latter written declaration, or if Congress is not in session within 21 days of Congress, 21 days after Congress is required to assemble, determines by 2/3 majority of both houses that the president is unable to discharge his duties and powers as president, the vice president shall continue to discharge as acting president. Otherwise, the president shall resume his powers. So, if after the letter battle they can't figure it out, Congress gets together and they decide. And it's pretty funny because Congress could be one of the parties in this thing that decides that the president initially is not able to discharge his duties. So, if Congress is already one of those parties and they get the ultimate power to decide who remains president, and they just vote he's not good to be president anymore, then they just get to decide. It's Congress's power. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. I don't see succession in here though.
No, I was saying before, like on that section 1, since they brought up the other one because they were mentioning the line of succession. And that's what, like, I get what everyone keeps bringing up. Like, oh, Trump's going to run as vice president, and then J.D. Vance will just let him do everything. I'm like, you can't be vice president if you've already served 2 terms, because what if the president dies?
Right.
You can't even be acting president. You can't hold any positions. You can't be anywhere in the line of succession if you've already been president.
Right.
You can't. You can't run for that shit anymore, because if the guy 1 heartbeat away dies, has a freaking heart attack, then you can't assume that position because you're not qualified. You are disqualified.
Yeah, the presidency in terms of like the Constitution is considered a terminal office. Once you hold that office, it's the highest office you can hold. You can't hold any other offices in that branch of government. Just like the Speaker of the House is sort of the highest terminal office for the House of Representatives. Once you're Speaker of the House, there's nowhere else to go. You can go back to being a regular congressperson, but you can't hold any leadership positions. The Senate doesn't have those kinds of rules. Like if you're Speaker pro tem, you're just the most senior member of the party in charge that isn't the majority leader, which apparently is Chuck Grassley.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good luck, Chuck.
The Save America Act is simple. It just says it's already the law that you have to be an American citizen to vote. Let's just verify it.
Nope, don't say that.
Let's just verify, him say. Let's just verify. That's not what the act says.
The state of New Hampshire is not trying to limit the number of people voting. They're just following federal law.
And then Ali says here, Trump to be pro tempore, then, or is that a nope? No, he can't do any of that shit. After this term, he can't. I don't even know if he could. I mean, he could be in the cabinet.
He can run for Senate or House of Representatives because it's a different branch of government.
Right.
But will he? No, he won't be Speaker pro temp unless he's the most senior, like experience-wise, senator. That's the way they usually do it. You have to be the most experienced. You have to be in the Senate the longest in the majority party, and not be majority leader.
Right.
And Speaker of the House is elected.
Then the second part of it. Pretty simple. You have to show ID to vote.
Mr. President, I could not
Constitution doesn't say that.
help but respond in real time to my very able
The Reverend Doctor
colleague from the great state of
Senator
Oklahoma. I really wish things were as simple as my Republican friends would have us to believe. They want us to believe that this is simply a basic voter ID bill. Let me
If that was the case, you wouldn't hear anyone bitching about it.
Right.
say,
But some of us are smart enough to know when we're being lied to, and some people are not.
the same thing I said several days ago. I believe that you should have to prove that you are who you say you are before you vote. But this is not a voter ID bill. This is a voter suppression bill. They really ought to call it what it actually is. They ought to rename this bill, Your Driver's License is Not Enough to Register Bill. Not only is your driver's license not good enough in most states, except those states where your citizenship is a part of your driver identification. That's literally a handful of states.
That's
You will not be able
that's
to
not real ID,
register
right? That's not what he's talking
to
about.
vote.
Yeah, real ID won't cover it because I don't think I had to show my birth certificate for my real ID.
I didn't get the real ID because I have a passport.
Yeah, I think the real ID was just so that because they upped the standards for flying domestically. So that's what that was for.
Using your driver's license. You will not be able to register to vote using your student ID. You will not be able to register to vote using your military ID. Let's be very clear. The Republicans know that their policies are failing, that they have kicked 15 million Americans off of their health care.
Yeah, Mikey, hold on one second.
That they have.
I have the real ID stuff here for at least the state of Connecticut. It says only U.S. citizens and permanent residents are eligible to verify your license with real ID. So yeah, it's not just citizens for real ID. It's also permanent residents who are non-citizens.
So green card holders.
Yeah. So it's they're not talking about real ID, guys. It's not that.
Doubled healthcare premiums for some 22 million Americans. They have dragged us, or they have enabled this president to drag us into a war, and he can't even explain why we're there.
And he also voted by
They
mail.
want to make it difficult
He did vote by mail. A lot.
for
He votes by
everyday
mail a lot.
Americans to hold them accountable. This will not stand. It will not succeed. This bill especially disenfranchises women.
And they're trying to push this shit through while the TSA is, not being paid.
I mean, that's what the losing issue is, man. They're trying to do two shitty things at once, and you can't. You just can't.
His thought process here, I believe, is I'm going to continue to punish the American people until they give me what they want.
Yeah. And
until
they're
I
not
get what I
going
want,
to.
everyone's going to suffer.
It's going to be the opposite. It's going to be the opposite. The American people are, I don't know if I don't know how much people care about polling or whatever, but his numbers, if James Carville wanted his numbers to be low, they're fucking low, man.
Well, he did, but notice he didn't have a plan for what to happen when the numbers got low. His plan was to just wait.
Right. But the crazy thing is like they're not seeing the real-time repercussions of what they're doing in politically. They just got a Democrat elected to the Florida State House in Mar-a-Lago.
I was watching
in Trump's district.
I was watching Little Shermichael yesterday on CNN, and he was like, "Oh, that's just a freak occurrence." Yeah, all these special elections are going the opposite way. Yeah, it's just a fucking freak accident.
In all the special elections since 2024, the Democrats have won 9 of them and flipped 4 seats. The Republicans have not flipped any seats.
It will. As soon as you wokies stop voting.
And they're all fucking landslides, guys. They're not even close.
And places where Democrats have no business running in the first place. They're down 20 points to start with.
Yeah.
And still winning by 5.
The Florida House district where Mar-a-Lago is considered a Republican stronghold. It's been a Republican stronghold for 20 years.
It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with the war and gas prices and ice in the airports. The airport's not functioning. Another plane crash at another airport. That has nothing to do with people voting the other way.
And these guys are still trying to push this shit through.
Trump won't let us make a deal.
If I was a Republican senator or House member, I'd be like, I'm done. I would retire right now because you're not going to win.
All this talk is reminding me to register my older and check if he is for the Scottish general election. Is registered in May. Yes, everyone, make sure you're registered.
Make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure that you know your polling places, and make sure that you know who you're voting for.
Musk and Kay says Musk and Netanyahu ain't U.S. citizens, and their influence weighs more on all of our votes combined. Democracy is a farce. This one is because it ain't functioning. And as long as these motherfuckers have no fear of the fucking populace, they have no worries about whether or not they need to do what we fucking tell them to do, and they're just going to dictate from above.
Yeah,
that's a risky proposition in this country because Americans haven't been pushed like this to lose everything that they have and then been forced to do these things. And maybe you'll get to vote, maybe you won't. They're rolling a wicked D20 right now.
Yeah. And don't think that the Republicans in Congress are not retiring at record numbers, because they fucking are.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna fucking sit here and fight this shit for Trump. And Trump don't even, I mean, what is Trump gonna do for you? Offer you a fucking cabinet position, fucking back your re-election campaign? That's a poison pill at this point.
Yeah.
People right now, listen to me at home, who are registered to vote right now, and you say, well, I've never had to prove my citizenship in order to vote. You will after this. If this bill is passed, you will. If you move, you'll have to re-register. If you change your name, if you get married, you'll have to register to vote as we do.
And then they don't have to accept your new ID because
all of a sudden your driver's license will not be good enough, even though you've been voting for years, decades. That will not be good enough. Imagine being a woman, your birth certificate does not match your current name. And so you got to go drag out documents that you haven't seen for years in order to certify that you are a citizen. And the question you ought to ask is why would they go through all of this? Why is this necessary when there is no evidence at all that we have some major problem of voter fraud through voter identification? It is already illegal to vote if you're not a citizen. It's illegal. They will deport you. You will be prosecuted under law if you register to vote and you are not a citizen. If you try to vote, you're not a citizen, it is a crime. You can be deported. And they're trying to convince us that there are droves of people in this country who are willing to risk deportation, risk being arrested, risk the abuse that we are seeing visited upon American citizens by ICE agents in real time, that they're willing to risk all of that in droves
Droves.
In order to change the outcome of an election, it
Also, I thought they deported them already.
Fragility. And it's simply not true.
Yeah, if you mass deported every single migrant out of the country, then what the fuck are you so worried about?
Like this is the double speak, the duality of these policies is that, oh, we've deported all the illegals, but man, the illegals are going to fuck everything up.
Undocumented fucking Republican.
Well, I'm using their terms. I'm thinking in terms of what a MAGA would say. But that's a false dichotomy. You can't have both. You can't say that all the undocumented people are gone, but also all the undocumented people who are here are going to vote and fuck everything up, because then there's nobody here. If you had ICE deport them all, then who's left to illegally vote?
And the only reason Joe won is because all these illegals voted, but then also all these Republicans won their seats too. So it's like, which is it, bro? Which is it?
Anyone who can think logically and pass that little fucking test that we were taking before, anyone that can pass the cognitive test will know that both can't be true at the same time.
Somebody's lying.
And they're lying about both, really.
Right. Neither one of them are actual problems.
And the American people are at least some of them are waking up to the fact that they've been lied to for such a long time. Just like that woman at the gas station who called Trump a real piece of shit. and she's like, well, they were like, oh, you voted for Trump 3 times. She's like, yeah, that's my bad. I'm an idiot, I guess. Like, people are starting to the magic is starting to wear off. And people are starting to come to their senses about how long they've been lied to and how badly they're being lied to by this administration.
If the Epstein shit wasn't a dead giveaway, that you're not getting you're not getting whatever you expect to be getting, you're not getting it.
And I think it's a cumulative effect of all the Project 2025 stuff they tried to ram through in this first year and a half.
Yeah.
But also lying about Epstein, but also not providing the Epstein documents, but also Iran and Venezuela, and also all the ICE shit. Also, the airports aren't working properly.
All the pardons.
All the pardons. All the people they fired from the government to make government less effective.
To cripple the bureaucratic state. I want them to be traumatized. That's what fucking Russell Vought said. He wanted the TSA workers and all government workers to be traumatized because they think AI can do all jobs, including land the planes.
Right. And then, cutting taxes for the wealthy, making the rest of the tax burden everyone else's problem. Also, we're going to get rid of the IRS and the income tax, and we're going to tariff everything. Like, it's just a giant mound of bullshit that I don't know how anyone could possibly believe anymore.
It's very strange.
Donald Trump wants to meddle with the outcome of the midterm elections because he knows that he is losing. And citizens who are watching this right now, not only ought you to reject this, as we're doing on your behalf, you ought to register in droves. And put this nonsense to an end.
That's 3 times he said droves now.
He likes that word.
Democracy is the very house we live in. It is the place in which we get to fight for the things that we say matter. And little by little, they are chipping away at the democracy itself.
Extra 3 cracks in the Liberty Bell.
Let people cast their votes without having to jump over all kinds of unnecessary barriers. Why would you disenfranchise hundreds of thousands, millions of Americans while chasing a problem that does not exist? Why are you so afraid of the voices of the people? I ask my friends on the other side of the aisle. The most powerful words in a democracy are the people have spoken. And we must ensure that no voter suppression bill prevents them from speaking. I yield the floor.
Mr. Warnock. All right.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, that's the show. We're gonna be back tonight
Oh,
for
yeah,
some
we got
unboxed.
Pathetic. They are effing pathetic.
We're gonna redirect to the Kentucky Atheists and Lil of the Arts. They're covering politics too right now over here. I don't know where Lil is, but Joe is in Kentucky, hence the name. But I hope that works for you, Viper Scott. We're gonna try and just like chip at it every day or every show. Just knock out a couple of amendments.
Yeah, I mean, we'll lump them together sometimes because some of them are very short and some of them are very long.
Yeah. And if you guys want to send any information you can, the binpodcast@gmail.com. It might be time for the famines to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
Because it's only, I mean, he's setting this place up for the worst pitfall possible. And instead of being enraged about it, his sycophants are continuing to allow it to take place.
Yeah.
There's only so much, there's only so many mistakes that motherfuckers can make before this place is just going to be defunct.
And the real problem is all these fucking Republicans in Congress who are trying to, like, at this point, desperately save their own reelection bids.
Yeah.
Are still kowtowing to the president when he says no. Fucking, you're Congress. You can override a veto.
Right.
Just do it.
If only they had read the Constitution.
I know. Get together as a group and decide to have a fucking spine, because he's just going to ruin your party more than he already has. Droves of people.
Stupido.
If you're a Republican senator or congressman and you live in a district or state where you're only ahead by 15 points, guess what? You're at 0. You're at 0 right now.
Give him a call. If you're in a red state, give him a call. Say, you better have a goddamn plan for this shit.
Because every one of these special elections, and special elections are much smaller than general elections when it comes to voter pool, they're losing by 15, 17, 20 points. So if you thought that you were fucking ahead, you're not. You're already behind.
And prosecution's right behind these midterms.
Right. And when the Democrats take control of both houses of Congress at this point,
they're going to start writing emails.
They're going to start investigating the shit out of everything.
Yep. All you fucking ICE workers who thought, oh, I was wearing a mask. Hey, dumbass, you took a paycheck, didn't you? Oh, okay. Well, if you can't account for your whereabouts, then I guess we're going to have to assume that you're guilty.
Everyone's going to get subpoenaed.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats are the only party in Congress that have ever, not backed down on those subpoenas. People have gone to jail for not showing up. So good luck.
May the odds forever be in your favor. Because I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, that when I saw that zombie mortgage thing, I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" That is horrifying.
To just take somebody's house after fucking 20 years.
On their second mortgage, like, Jesus Christ.
So where's that equity go? Nowhere.
It, like that guy said, it was just gone. Money is fake. We made it up.
Fake.
They can change the rules whenever they want. And they have, and they will again.
Yep. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. Comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we will see you guys in 5 hours from now.
Yeah.
So
don't forget,
drink your
Stupid, stupido.